Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Bring your family, bring your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game, the good times roll. Hey, hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Here at the Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
Welcome into the Zone, and specifically, welcome to Pullman Field in Beloit, Wisconsin, where the Kernels streaked to their fifth straight win last night in the series opener against the Class A Midwest League affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. It was Bill Edwards' 7 1/3 solid one-run start. He and T.J. Stanton combined to fan 13 Beloit snappers. T.J. held off a furious charge in the bottom of the ninth by the home team to earn his third save. Bill Edwards upped his record to 5-1, and the Kernels shaded Beloit 3-2. The Kernel win, their season-high fifth in a row, pulled the ball club to within just 2 games of fourth-place Peoria in the Western Division first-half standings. It's a delightful Tuesday evening here in southern Wisconsin, and for the second time in a row, we'll welcome Justin Bachman, the Kernel hitting coach, first base coach, and base running coach, to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Back with Justin from Beloit in a minute. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
It's our second of back-to-back South Slope Communications Triple Play Show interviews with Kernel coach Justin Bachman here from Pullman Field in Beloit, where the Kernels streaked to their fifth straight victory last night, edging the Snappers 3-2. Bach, I wanted to pick up on some fun topics where we left off last evening, and let's talk about base running. You stole over 50 bases for us my first year in the league as a 1996 Kernel. Speed was one of your greatest tools as a professional baseball player. What do you do when you're a guy like Vladimir Guerrero who plays all out all the time? You try to avoid a tag at home plate and partially separate your shoulder. Does Mike Scioscia come back and say, hey, Vlad, tone it down, no more head-first sliding, or does he let him play the game the way he's innately able to?
Well, I think you have to mention it. We try to impress upon the kids that head-first sliding can be dangerous. You put your most valuable assets at risk, your fingers, your arms. I mean, that's what baseball is. But at the same time, you're not going to mandate it. If your instinct tells you that you have to slide head first, you're going to slide head first if that's what it takes to score the run. And that competitiveness is what drives a player. But we certainly do mention it, and we hope that they don't do it. But sometimes it's not a real conscious decision.
Well, great answer, Justin. When you stole those 50-plus bases for us in 1996, what parts of your body were the most sore whenever you did use a head-first slide?
For me, it was my knees. I always scraped my knees when I slid head first, and that affected me for the next day because it was just kept rubbing them wrong. So I eventually learned that I didn't have to slide head. Actually, I learned that I couldn't anymore because it was too painful for me. So I started sliding feet first, and I didn't see any difference in the times a second or getting thrown out. And I think that it helped me learn how to steal a base a little bit better at the same time.
Justin, when I swim and do the front crawl, I turn to my right. I have a heck of a time training my head, for whatever reason, to turn to the left. How big a transition was it for you to change from the torpedo head first slide to feet first? Did you have to practice it over again in spring training, or did you come out early and work on it? Because it's tough to go from one to the other. because you're used to doing it the other way.
Yeah, except that we all know how to slide feet first. We're taught that from the very beginning. And when I hit a double, you slide feet first. You know, when you're running into a base not sealing, a lot of times you slide feet first. So this was just, the reason I slid head first was simply because I felt I could get there faster, but that wasn't the case.
Well, Buck, I want to go on and shift gears and talk about you being exposed to the wonderful world of scouting. And let's face it, there would be no baseball, professional baseball, if it wasn't for the great hard work that scouts do. How did you get involved in scouting in the off season?
Well, I was approached by the Angels last year. They invited me to go to what's called Scout School in the off season, and I accepted their invitation and went. And it's about a 12-day program in Phoenix, and we go to high school games, junior college games, instructional league games, and fall league games in Arizona. And, you know, they teach us the ins and outs of writing scouting reports and certain things to look for, you know, that kind of thing. Just a basic introduction. I think it was mostly to learn how to put your thoughts into words and write clear and concise reports.
And that's very important for a scout. Let's go back to the key of scouting school, in my opinion, what to look for. There are 5 tools, of course, but you have to know what you're looking for in a ball player, whether it's a pitcher, a catcher, an infielder, an outfielder. What to look for. Not only do you have to know what to look for, but you have to train your eye to know when you see it. And that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do. I even have a problem doing it now when I'm scouting an opposing team. You know, you want to look for bat quickness. You know, it's fast no matter how fast your bat is, and how do you tell the difference between a slow and a quick bat? You know, mechanics, the knowledge of mechanics can help me in that, but it might not help another scout who doesn't have the background in mechanics. Arm strength, that's easier to recognize with a radar gun. Their actions in fielding, how quick their feet move. You know, all those kinds of things. Their jumps in the outfield, are they direct jumps? Do they take banana-type routes to the ball? Their basic instincts without any instruction. What are their instincts like out there on the bases? So those are a lot of things that you can look for.
Now, that fascinates me, but to some people in baseball, the last thing they would want to do is scout, because all of that information gathering takes time and more time.
Absolutely. It's, you know, it's not an easy thing to do, and it's time-consuming, and there are millions of players out there that you have to look at, and you know, it's on top of just the scouting itself. Then you got to go home and write your reports on all these players, and you know, I tip my cap to those guys. They put a lot of time and effort into it.
You really do have to have a special personality, Bach, to be a scout. First of all, you better love baseball. You better be pretty good with people, because you're going to have to ask down the road about kids more than just these tools, what kind of people they are. And you're going to spend a lot of time, in some cases, away from home.
Absolutely, and I think you hit it on the head when you said a love for baseball. You really have to love this game. There's a lot of times you go to a high school game, and the quality of play is not very good. You know, and for me, that was difficult to watch sort of bad baseball from my point of view. And you really have to love it, and you have to really have that desire to find that diamond in the rough. But you know, I think most importantly, you have to have confidence in your opinion, because it really is just an opinion. And if you are wavering on that opinion, then it's not going to count. You have to be confident in what you see.
And I've heard some scouts say, with that confidence, you always keep in the back of your mind, or maybe the front of your mind, kind of like stealing a base. Don't be afraid to be thrown out. A scout has to realize that no matter how good he is, he's probably going to be wrong more often than he's right.
I think that's absolutely true, and you have to take chances, especially on your high picks. And that's what they are, high picks. You throw a lot of money at them, and if it doesn't work out, you know, that's the chance you take. If you saw some physical tools that you think are going to develop, you take the risk, and you have to be strong in your assertion of what you see and convince your parent club, this is what I see, and it's worth the risk.
With all that said, is there a possibility later in your professional career as a coach, instructor, manager, that scouting would be part of it?
A short answer, no. I look at it right now, and I think I enjoy coaching much more than I would enjoy scouting. You know, if I'm going to be away from home, I want to be more involved in the game rather than just finding those who might succeed.
Development. Justin Bachman is with us for the second time here from Beloit on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and we'll wrap things up with him when we return. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
It's spring planting time, and garden treasures await you at Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. For the best plant selection in the area, plus all the free advice you'll need, visit Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. Peck's greenhouses are filled with blooming treasures for garden, patio, and hanging baskets. Peck's has hundreds of varieties of perennial plants, rose bushes, and vegetable plants, all ready to plant. Peck's has acres of trees and shrubs for creating beautiful landscapes. Peck's will help you with your landscape projects with expert advice and estimates. Bring us your ideas. We'll help bring them to life. Visit Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, where the knowledgeable staff is ready to answer your plant and gardening questions. Peck's is located at the corner of Blair Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Peck's, growing garden treasures since 1956.
Colonel Coach Justin Bachman with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show as the Colonels aim for their sixth straight victory. And, Bach, I thought we'd go outside the line, so to speak, and talk about, well, the Washington Nationals. Before they settled in the nation's capital, Montreal was looking for a home for them. San Juan, Puerto Rico was mentioned. So was Monterrey, Mexico, and so was your home city of Portland, Oregon. Your opinion, would the Expos have been a good fit, a major league franchise in Portland, Oregon?
I really believe that if they ended up going there, the city would support them, but the initial support, bringing in the team, really was not there. There were too many other issues within the city to allow a lot of people to put a priority on bringing Major League Baseball, and that's what it really has to be, is a priority. Everybody's got to be on board. It's a huge investment, but I think that it's a big enough city, it's a passionate enough city to really support Major League team.
My sister lives in Seattle. She wouldn't live any other place in the United States. You feel that way about Portland, your home city?
Absolutely, and I've been all over the country in my minor league travels and major league travels, and I have yet to find a city that I enjoy more, that I fit in as well, and it's a great place. My family loves it, and I would be very sad to leave it.
You feel comfortable there?
Absolutely, yeah, there's no place better.
Well, Bach, thank you so much for these back-to-back interludes with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. We look forward to hooking up with you and Kern and Ronan throughout the rest of the season because you guys are so great with our kids. The Angels know they're very lucky to have you guys. When we return from this little 4-game junket in Beloit, Justin, as you know, we have an 8-game homestand that starts over the Memorial Day weekend this Friday. Please treat yourself to a meal at any of our Zio Giano spaghetti houses. Perfect pasta, homemade bread. They've been locally run and family-owned by the Corrala family for over 20 years. Justin Bachman, thank you so much.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's former Colonel, now Colonel Coach Justin Bachman, a big leaguer, and he has helped us the last 2 evenings look into his world through his eyes of professional baseball. I'll have the starting lineups for the second game, Colonels and Snappers, when we return. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Hi, this is Dave Town with Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have global positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
It's a delightful 68-degree evening in southern Wisconsin where the Kernels take on the Beloit Snappers in the second game of a 4-game series. The Kernels extended their current winning streak to 5 with a hard-fought and exciting 3-2 victory last night in the series opener. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm John Rogers, your play-by-play host, and I'm set to give you the starting lineups for both the Snappers and the Kernels. Beloit's record is 20-24. They're 8-13 here at Pullman Field, and the Snappers now are in 6th place in the 8-team Western Division first-half standings. Beloit is just one game ahead of the surging Kernels. Their skipper is Kevin Bowles. He's one of the youngest managers in professional baseball, just 30 years old, and his father, John Bowles, skippered the Florida Marlins. The leadoff batter for the Snappers is their switch-hitting second baseman, Angelo Fermin. Trevor Plouffe drove in both Snapper runs in the Kernel win last night. Plouffe has been elevated into the second slot in the Beloit order this evening, and he's the shortstop. 19 years old, first-round pick of the Minnesota Twins last year, Trevor Plouffe. Batting third, he leads the Snappers with 29 RBIs. The third baseman, David Winfrey. Winfrey bats third at the hot corner. The cleanup man is a Canadian from the University of British Columbia, Mark Zamwish. Zamwish is at first base, batting fourth. The designated hitter batting fifth didn't play in last night's series opener. It's Chris Brown. Deacon Burns is tied for first in the league with 6 triples, tied for third in the league with 49 hits. Burns is in right field, batting sixth for Beloit. The center fielder bats seventh for the Snappers, Terrence Patterson. Corey Feiner withstood a devastating blow by Sean Rodriguez, who tried to dislodge a throw home last night in the 8th inning. Corey Feiner held on to the peg, tagged Sean out, and Corey's back behind the dish this evening, batting 8th. Corey Feiner, the catcher. And batting ninth, he ended the action last night by wrapping into a game-ending force-out as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the ninth, Dwayne White in left field, batting ninth. On the hill for the Snappers is David Shinsky, Shinskie. David's making just his second start of the season. He's appeared out of the bullpen for the Snappers 4 times this spring. David Shinsky is 20 years old, and he's from the state of Pennsylvania. He was a Minnesota Twins 4th-round draft pick 2 years ago. Shinsky, in his 3rd year of pro ball, 0-1 in 1 start with a 3.68 ERA. That's how the Beloit Snappers will line it up this evening. Allen Motor Company is now proud to present the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. Allen's is celebrating their 102nd year in business in our community with their 102nd birthday bash sale. What's in it for you? Well, the key or the centerpiece of Allen's 102nd birthday bash sale, if you buy or lease during this 102nd birthday bash, you get your first year's maintenance free from Allen's. That's an offer, a gift that is hard to turn away from, isn't it? Buy or lease during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash, and your first year's maintenance is on Allen's. 2005 Buick LeSabres are Allen's birthday bash sale price at just $20,998. Those 2005 Buick LeSabres, the best-selling full-size car in America, and their birthday bash sale priced at Allen's for just $20,998. Your first year's maintenance is on Allen's when you buy or lease during Allen's 102nd year birthday bash. The Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. At shortstop, leading off, Sean Rodriguez. He leads the Kernels with 11 steals. Batting second, he had a key leadoff bunt single in the Kernel 2-run 8th inning last night. Rather, their 1-run 8th inning. Nate Sutton at second base. Batting third, switch-hitting third baseman Freddy Sandoval. He delivered a big 2-out RBI double to give the Kernels a 3-1 lead in the 8th inning last night. Sandoval at third, bats third. He leads the Kernels with 26 runs driven in. The Kernel cleanup batter is Drew Toussaint. He'll serve as a designated hitter. Toussaint has sat out the last 2 Kernel wins. Warner Madrigal will bat fifth in the Allen Motor Company order. Warner's in right field. The Kernel left fielder made it 1-0 in the second inning with his RBI single, Jordan Renz. Renz bats sixth in left field. Tommy Duenas continues to sparkle behind the plate with his throws and his defensive excellence. Duenas catches and bats seventh. Hitting eighth in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. He hasn't played since Saturday night's Kernel win at home. Chris Walston at first base. And batting ninth, the center fielder switch hitter, Richard Giannotti. Rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup, making his 6th start of the year, is 24-year-old right-hander Jesse Smith. Jesse's won 2, lost 3, and he got this Kernels' current 5-game winning streak started with a 3-0 win Thursday at home against West Michigan. In 8 innings, Smith on Thursday night gave the Whitecaps no runs at Veterans Memorial Stadium. On just 3 hits, Jesse fanned 6 and walked 3. Let's pause here at Pullman Field, the sun shining brightly, a gorgeous Tuesday evening. And to honor America, let's listen to the national anthem. Star-Spangled Banner from quaint, tiny Pullman Field in Beloit. Anderson & Brown Eye Care, the official eye care provider of the Cedar Rapids Kernels, presents our umpires. Jeff Lascola will call the balls and strikes, and on the diamond, Nick Monaco. Anderson & Brown Eye Care. They'll be moving to their new location on Boyson Road, just west of I-380 on June 1st. Can the Kernels make it 6 in a row? We'll find out over the course of this lovely Tuesday evening. Kernel Baseball is next here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
69 degrees, our game time temperature, as the Kernels face the Beloit Snappers for the 6th time this spring. The Snappers took 3 of 4 from us back in the first week in May at Veterans Memorial Stadium. 6'4", 215-pound, 20-year-old right-hander David Shinsky is set to go, and so Sean Rodriguez. The game's first pitch is headed home to Sean, and it's upstairs for ball 1. We're underway at Pullman Field, where it's only 380 feet to dead center field, 325 down the lines. A fastball from the right-hander, and it's a strike at the knees. Sean, nothing for 3 last night, walked in the 8th inning. He played center field in last night's series opener. He's the shortstop tonight. Ball 2 is low. Behind the plate, Corey Feiner. It was Sean Rodriguez, the batter, who rammed down Corey Feiner on a hard collision at the plate in the 8th inning last night, and Feiner held on to the ball. Here's a pitch smack through the box for a leadoff single. Sean Rodriguez adds to his .253 average by lining a single through the middle, and Sean leads the Kernels with 11 steals. He's been caught 6 times. Sean Rodriguez is aboard at first with a leadoff single here in the 1st inning.
Now batting second baseman number 4, Nate Sutton.
The wall here at Pullman Field is 8 feet high, and it is plywood. And they have vinyl advertising panels attached to the plywood signs. This is a throwback in terms of a ballpark. You feel like you're right on top of the action and that you can be a part of what's happening out on the diamond. It's that intimate and quaint. Some would call it a bandbox. Strike one to second baseman Nate Sutton. Rodriguez not running, and there's strike two as the right-hander Shinsky has worked away on the first two deliveries to Nate Sutton. Nate bunted his way on and scored in the eighth to make it 3-1 Kernels last night. He was 1 for 3. Sutton, a left-handed batter, in the hole 0-2. He's batting .232, no homers, 4 RBIs. And he corks one into right past the diving second baseman Angelo Fermin, and coming up with it quickly, Deacon Burns to hold Rodriguez at second base. An 0-2 delivery to Nate Sutton, and Nate hit it hard, pulled it to the left of Angelo Fermin, hit it so well that Sean Rodriguez had to hold at second, and the Kernels have something brewing here in the top of the first inning. It's first and second with nobody out for Freddy Sandoval. Freddy had a key blow in the Kernel win last night, a 2-out RBI double down the left field line. It was a hit that drove in Nate Sutton and made it 3-1 Kernels. Sun shining brightly here in Beloit. And Freddy Sandoval dances towards first base as though he was going to try to drag a bunt down. The pitch was taken just downstairs by Freddy, ball one. Sandoval's a switch hitter, and he's batting left-handed with a slightly open stance. Freddy wearing a pair of white batting gloves. The Beloit right-hander checks Rodriguez at second and wings it in. Swing and a miss by Freddy. Strike one. The Snapper pitching staff is ranked 9th in the 14-team Midwest League. Their team earned run average 4.02, and they're facing a Kernel team that is hitting .239 overall, 12th in the 14-team Midwest League. But that Kernel team batting average is on the rise during this recent 5-game winning streak. A pitch in the dirt and the throw to second by the catcher. Rodriguez just got back, according to Nick Monaco, the base umpire. Sean was thinking about trying to fleet-foot it over to third on that pitch in the dirt. Corey Feiner blocked it, and then his peg down to second was not in time. Rodriguez got back. What a delightful Tuesday evening we have for you here in southern Wisconsin, just beyond the Illinois border. They call it the State Line region. Freddy waits and waits. Now the 2-1. Low, and the ball squirts away from the catcher up the first base line, and that allows Sean Rodriguez to advance to third base. And they have ruled it a wild pitch. It's the second wild pitch by David Shinsky. This fella, 20 years old, has only pitched 7 1/3 innings this season. So they've really brought him along slowly. He's given up 9 hits in 7 1/3, struck out 8 and walked 2. An ERA of 3.68. And now with runners at first and third and nobody out, the count is gone 3-1 in favor of Freddy Sandoval. Sutton may be running. And that's what the Snappers thought. So the right-hander Shinsky looked Rodriguez back to third and then whirled and did the same, chasing Nate Sutton back to the bag at first. Outfield plays Sandoval straight away. The right-hander is set just below the letters. Here's the 3-1. And it's knuckled foul off the end of the bat. Plenty of foul ball ground room down the left field line, but it carries beyond the reach of David Winfrey, the third baseman. He chased it along with shortstop Trevor Plouffe. Dwayne White, the left fielder, also was trying to corral that opposite field foul ball that makes it a full count to Freddy Sandoval. The scoreboard here at Pullman Field, we didn't have a chance to mention it last night during our description of this wonderful ballpark. It's deep in left center field. No, it's a no-frills scoreboard. It just gives you the ball, strike out, the number of the player at bat, and then the inning-by-inning run totals. Freddy hits a double play ball to short. Trevor Plouffe steps on second, throws to first, and no RBI for Freddy Sandoval as he bounces in to a 3 double play. That was tailor-made, and credit David Shinsky. He has now taken away the probability of a big inning for the Kernels. Boy, when you have runners at first and third and nobody out, the one thing you try to avoid is that old wholesaler, but don't blame Freddy Sandoval. He's come through so many times this season in the clutch, including last night. He did put the ball in play, and that's better than striking out. A strike is in to Drew Toussaint. 1-0 Kernels, top of the first inning, bases empty, 2 out. A bender is high, and Drew Toussaint, the cleanup batter, who hasn't played in the last 2 Kernel victories. He last played in the Kernel win on Saturday night. Drew is in the hole now, 1-2, as he bloops one foul behind the plate. Couple of big navy blue kangaroo pouches being protruding from the belt buckle of the plate umpire, Jeff Lascola. David Shinsky's ahead of Drew Toussaint, 1-2. And a curveball is laced into right. That falls in front of Deacon Burns. 3 hits by the Kernels in the first inning, and Drew Toussaint looked sharp as he hit it sharply the other way and dropped a 2-out single in front of Deacon Burns. The Kernel first inning continues with Warner Madrigal stepping in. Warner singled his first trip up last night. It was an infield single.
Right fielder, number 24, Warner Madrigal.
Out to the hill goes catcher Corey Feiner. These snappers are attired in white home uniforms with green hats. And then they have blue numbers on their white home uniforms. Every one of their players wears their white home trousers all the way down at the top of their shoes below their ankles. But if they weren't wearing them that way, they would be wearing blue socks. Madrigal's a right-handed batter, leads the Kernels with 6 home runs. Drew Toussaint dances off first. It almost cost him as David Shinsky heaved it over there, and Drew just got back safely. Justin Bachman gives Toussaint a pat on the back. Justin was our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest the last 2 evenings. A throw to first, and Toussaint just got back again safely. The Kernels are a running ball club, second in the league with 58 stolen bases in 44 games. Beloit also runs a lot. They're 4th in the league in steals. Ball 1 dips low and in to Warner Madrigal. Oh, is it wonderful for baseball here this evening. Just a tad of a breeze blowing in from center field. The wind always seems to die down here at night. Warner takes a mighty swing and tips one foul behind the plate, and that evens the count to the Kernel number 5 hitter, 1-1. Drew Toussaint at first, 2 out in the Kernel first, 1-0 Kernels. Jesse Smith is on the hill tonight for the Kernels, coming off that 8 innings of shutout ball that helped start this winning streak last Thursday at home. Is Toussaint running? No. And ball 2 is downstairs to Warner Madrigal. Blue skies, big white puffy clouds that look like cotton balls hang over this lush green diamond. Toussaint may be off. No, he's not running. Madrigal hits one sharply off the rump of the pitcher, and Shinsky has plenty of time to recover and throw out Warner. Well, Warner Madrigal spanked one hard back to the hill, and it hit the 20-year-old right-hander right in the gluteus maximus, I guess we could say, and he recovered and threw out Warner. 1 run for the Kernels in the top of the first inning. 3 hits. There were no snapper errors. The Kernels strand a runner. Jesse Smith to the hill for the Kernels after 1/2 inning. Kernels 1. Beloit coming to bat. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
There are some folks who think of a grill as their own private time machine, because the smell of marinated steak over red-hot briquettes can take you back to when you were a kid, back to paper tablecloths, chasing fireflies, and those rare occasions when your parents didn't have to tell you to finish your meal. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Funded by America's beef producers with checkoff dollars.
All right, everybody knows that safety belts save lives. Blah, blah, blah. We've been hearing that for years. I'm just letting you know that your safety belt can save you a whole lot of hassle, too. Because from coast to coast, cops are cracking down. They've got this enforcement effort. Click it or ticket. Pretty simple. You buckle up or you get a ticket. Consider this a friendly warning, because guess what? Cops won't be giving warnings. Remember, click it or ticket. This message brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
As Jesse Smith completes his warm-up tosses, the Kernels are in their all-gray road uniforms with all navy blue caps, red socks. Jesse wears his up high, and the Kernels have red numbers on the back of their gray road uniforms, trimmed in white. On the front of those gray road uniforms, inscripted in big block letters arching across the chest, Cedar Rapids.
Leading off for the Snappers, second baseman, number 5.
Angelo Fermin, a 5'8" switch-hitting leadoff batter, 21 years old, out of the Dominican Republic, is first up for the Beloit Ball Club. He bunted his way on with 2 out in the 8th last night. It was his 1 hit and 4 trips. Angelo is hitting .235, no homers, 4 RBIs. 1-0 Kernels as Jesse Smith gets ready to embark upon his 6th start of the season. His first delivery is high and away as Fermin faked a bunt and took it for ball 1. Jesse Smith, 24 years old, out of Lincoln, Nebraska. 6th round Angel pick in 2003. A fastball rides just upstairs to Fermin. Again, he faked a bunt. It's 2-0. Freddy Sandoval is playing well off the line at third, and he's in on the edge of the grass trying to guard against a bunt. Jesse's 2-0. Strike one called. A moving fastball that caught the inside edge at the knees. The Kernel outfield is playing Angelo Fermin, batting left-handed, to hit the other way. It's Renz near the line in left, Richard Giannotti in left center, and Warner Madrigal well off the line in right. Ball 3 just misses low and in, and it's 3-1 to Angelo Fermin. Jesse Smith, a 5.45 ERA, the league hitting .277 against him. He had a couple of subpar starts before his brilliant outing Thursday at home. He delivers a strike at the knees, and it's a full count to Angelo Fermin. Kernel pitching staff has escaped the bottom of the league in terms of having the highest ERA. We stand at 4.53. Ball 4 on a 3-2 delivery. Jesse Smith has walked the leadoff batter. And just like that, the Snappers have the tying run at first with nobody out.
Shortstop number 4, Trevor Plouffe.
Kernels 13th in the 14-team Midwest League with that 4.53 ERA. Trevor Plouffe provided the offense for the Snappers in the Kernel 3-2 win here last evening. Plouffe was 2 for 3, and he drove in both Beloit runs. He's earned his way to the number 2 spot in Kevin Bowles' batting order. Ball 1 sails outside to Trevor Plouffe, and that draws a visit to the hill from catcher Tommy Duenas. We're back at home to open up a Memorial Day weekend series, part of an 8-game homestand. This Friday, the 27th, a 6:30 start against South Bend. South Bend's having a terrific first half. They're 26-18, 1 game ahead of the Fort Wayne Wizards in the Midwest League's Eastern Division first half standings. Saturday night, fireworks at Veterans Memorial Stadium following the 5 o'clock game. And between the end of the game and the fireworks, the Kernels will be out to play catch with you and give you autographs on the field. Velocity Sports Performance will also invite you down to run the bases after the game Saturday evening. Plouffe takes a strike called. It's 1-1. What a difference in the pace between last night's game and this evening's contest. The pitchers dictate the speed of the game, and last night both starters, Bill Edwards, the Kernel winner, and Josh Hill for the Snappers, they both worked very quickly. And David Shinsky, the 20-year-old Snapper starter, and Kernel 24-year-old Jesse Smith, both a little more deliberate between pitches. In other words, they take just a little more time. A throw to first and diving back safely, Angelo Fermin. You talk about an astounding base stealing percentage. This Beloit ball club has been successful 51 out of 62 stolen base attempts. That is phenomenal efficiency. Another throw to first, and Chris Walston, who towers over Angelo Fermin, puts the tag on late. Walston is 6'6", Fermin is 5'8". What a contrast that is. Trevor Plouffe stands straight away from the right side, and he knocks one off the end of the bat foul down the right field line, and Jesse Smith's ahead of him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We had over 500 here last night at Pullman Field. Over 500. This evening, a little more, slightly smaller crowd, but it may grow as the night progresses. Plouffe is in the hole, 1 and 2. Jesse Smith throws again to first, and the runner back safely. Sean Rodriguez is at short this evening. Nate Sutton getting the call at second for the second straight night, and Chris Walston holding Angelo Fermin at first. Plouffe is ready, so's Jesse Smith, the Colonel hurler. Long look by Jesse, and now the batter steps out. Saturday night fireworks following the 5 o'clock game, and you know how much fun fireworks are. They're exhilarating, they're memorable, and they're something you won't want to miss. A ground ball, bad hop single past third, and that'll send Angelo Fermin rounding second where he holds on. Tough break for Freddy Sandoval. He was set to backhand that ball, and it hit a rut on the infield, and it should be a bad hop single. Oh, they could charge Freddy with an error, but I don't think they will. And if they charge him with an error, they charge him with an error. So be it. It took a bad hop as Freddy was ready to field it and just vaulted right over his outstretched glove. And they have ruled it a base hit for Trevor Plouffe. There are lots of divots in that infield, and that's not a slap in the face at the Beloit grounds crew. This Pullman Field is much like our ball diamond. It gets used by a lot of different folks when the snappers aren't playing. Jesse Smith's in a peck of trouble. Runners at first and second with nobody out, and David Winfrey fouls one away down the right side. David Winfrey was the first man to get a hit off Colonel starter and winner Bill Edwards last night. He doubled with 1 out in the 7th, and then he scored to cut the Colonel lead to 2-1. The Colonels won it last night 3-2. Perhaps the Colonels can turn a double play like the Snappers did in the top of this first inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Colonels, but Beloit has 2 on with nobody out. Let's see if Jesse Smith can give his ball club a lift and pitch a round of walk and a bad hop single. Well, there's a change-up, and now Jesse, a swing and a miss by the batter, 0-2, but Jesse Smith summons Tommy Duenas out to the hill. They apparently need to get their signals straight with a runner at second. The thing you have to constantly guard against is the other team, the opponent, when they're batting, getting wise to your signals. And if they do, it's very easy for the runner at second to flash what pitch is coming to the batter. And that's why a new set of signs is employed whenever a runner is at second base. The 0-2 delivery. Ooh, a fastball just missed outside, apparently, according to Jeff Lascola, the plate umpire. How David Winfrey took it, I can't tell you. That was some pitch by Jesse Smith on 0-2. With 2 on and nobody out, Winfrey lays off a breaking pitch, ball 2. Maybe Kevin Bowles will roll the dice and send the runners now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The snapper leading run producer, David Winfrey, at the plate. He's from Virginia Beach, Virginia, and only 19 years old. And he's down on strike swinging, a changeup by Jesse Smith. Jesse Smith retires David Winfrey on a 2-2 changeup. Big strikeout for Jesse. Now a double play would get the Kernels out of this inning.
First baseman number 31, Mark Zamwish.
Mark Zamwish, the cleanup batter. Last night for Kevin Bowles, the 30-year-old skipper coaching at third for Beloit, Zamwish batted fifth in the order. This evening, Mark Zamwish is batting cleanup. He batted seventh last night. 1-0 Kernels. The Snappers batting in the lower half of the first inning. They have Fermin at second and Trevor Plouffe at first. And taking a pitch high and outside is the left-handed hitter Zamwish. Mark is a veteran of sorts, like Jesse Smith. He's 24 years old. Man, you have guys in this game that are 19 years old, and then you have a couple that are 24 years old. Think about that discrepancy in experience and maturity. Ball 2, a curve, and Tommy Duenas smothers it to prevent the runners from advancing for Beloit. Mark Zamwish, he's cut out of the old cloth, meaning he doesn't wear batting gloves. Mark stands straight away from the left side and bats from a deep crouch. He's ahead 2-0. A line drive, leaping stab at second by Nate Sutton, and he flips to second to Sean Rodriguez to complete a double play. Mark Zamwish pulverized that 2-0 pitch from Jesse Smith and ripped it. It looked like it was heading into right center field, but Nate Sutton, leaping up high, made a terrific stab. And then when he came down, he threw to second. Sean Rodriguez was there to double off Angelo Fermin, and wow, what an inning to the Beloit first inning. Mark Zamwish ripped it. It looked like it was heading into the right center field alley for a 2-run double that would have given Beloit the lead. Instead, Nate Sutton turns it into a line drive 4-6 double play. No runs for the Snappers in the first. One hit, a walk. There were no Colonel errors. Beloit leaves a pair. Well, things even out in this game. Snappers got a bad hop single, and then they had the luck turn on them when that line drive, a leaping stab by Sutton, and Nate turned it into 2. We go to the second inning in Beloit, where the Kernels are on top of the Snappers 1-0. You're enjoying Kernel baseball in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
ESPN Classic.
Get the network that brings you the greatest sports in history.
From Namath to Koufax.
From McEnroe to Jordan.
The greatest heroes.
In their greatest games.
Plus, the Emmy and Peabody Award-winning Sports Century.
Revealing profiles inside the lives of legends.
And real classics.
Movies for sports fans every Sunday night.
No wonder the LA Times calls ESPN Classic the best channel on television.
To get ESPN Classic, call your local cable or satellite provider now.
Second is Jordan Renz, and he lofts one into shallow left center. Coming on is Terrence Patterson, the center fielder, to make the grab. And one pitch, one out here in the Kernel second inning. Tommy Duenas stands in, and a curve is low. Now a curve, a strike. And now Tommy whistles one fair down the left field line. Dwayne White to his right to cut it off and hold Tommy to a one-out single. Tommy Duenas was working tirelessly with Colonel skipper Bobby Magallanes hitting into a soft toss net this afternoon, and the work has already appeared to pay off as Tommy Duenas corks a single down the line and left. That's the fourth Colonel hit of this game. We're in the top of the second, and the Colonels lead at 1-0. Tommy Duenas at first with one out. Big Chris Walston, who has sat out the last two Colonel wins, now bats, and he rolls a double play ball to Trevor Plouffe, who shovels the second one. Angelo Fermin on to first to complete the 6-4-3 double play. The Snappers turn their second double play of the young evening, tailor-made as Chris Walston rolled it to Trevor Plouffe at short, 6-4-3. Wow, David Shinsky made all of 5 pitches in the top of the second inning. No runs, 1 hit for the Kernels, no Beloit errors. Kernels leave the bases empty. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and the Kernels lead Beloit 1-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Third on First is the place to meet friends Fridays for lunch and after work. Tall boys, cheeseburgers, fries, and onion rings are all just $1.50 each from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's a lot of food and a beer or two for under $10. Sunday, stop in for karaoke with Jen and $1.50 tall boys and domestic beers. And Monday through Wednesday, get $1.50 bottles, tall boys, well drinks, and domestic draws. Look at all $1.50 can get you. Only at Third on First, 3707 First Avenue Southeast.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron motor oils and lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
Kelly's Auto Center in Iowa City is the home of the nationwide 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. Whether it's across town or across the country, you'll drive with confidence in a Kelly's car. Each of Kelly's vehicles receives a strict 110-point safety inspection to make sure you receive the quality used vehicle you've come to expect from us. A qualified mechanic checks each car, truck, and van bumper to bumper. For peace of mind on your next vehicle purchase, stop by and see Brett or Tim at Kelly's Auto Center at 510 South Riverside Drive in Iowa City.
Well, we were bemoaning the fact that this game wasn't moving very quickly compared to last night's series opener, and the Kernels must have heard me because David Shinsky had to make just 4 or 5 pitches to retire the side in the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second, and Jesse Smith, who walked a man and gave up a bad hop single, but got out of the bottom of the first unscathed, will now face Chris Brown. Chris didn't play in last night's series opener. He's been used sparingly by Kevin Bowles, the skipper of the Beloit Ball Club. Chris Brown hitting .189 in 21 games, and he has a deep drive down the line and right for extra bases. Well, he may not be used often, but he's headed to second with a leadoff double. Chris Brown went the other way, a .189 hitter, and he drove it to the left of Warner Madrigal. He one-hopped the plywood fence out there for a leadoff double. Chris Brown with his third double of the season, a .189 hitter with no homers and 5 RBIs. You'd have never known it the way he stroked that first pitch down the line and right for extra bases. So Jesse Smith will have to tighten the belt again here in the second inning to prevent the Snappers from tying the game 1-0 Kernels. Deacon Burns has 49 hits in 44 games, and that's tied for third in the league for most number of hits. Burns was 0 for 3 last night. He's a left-handed batter who takes low. The throw to second by Tommy Duenas trying to get Chris Brown, and Brown is back safely. Deacon Burns, 0 for 3 last night, walked, stole second, and scored in the 9th inning. Deacon is only 5'8", 22 years old, and he played at Northern State University in North Dakota after transferring from a community college down in Texas. Jesse Smith's 1-0 pitch is right in there for a strike. The lights have just been turned on here at Pullman Field, where the Snappers have won 8 and lost 13. Beloit's a better road team. They're 12-11 than a home team. Jesse's cut fastball missed just inside, according to plate umpire Jeff Lascola, and it's 2-1 to Deacon Burns. The Kernel road record this season, 10-14, 9-11 at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Look out! Deacon Burns got clipped by a pitch that just did nip the front of his jersey, and for the second straight inning, Jesse Smith is in trouble. First and second, nobody out. Let's see early in the game if Kevin Bowles will have Terrence Patterson bunt. I think Patterson may be bunting. Why not? The home team has runners at first and second with nobody out. 1-0 Kernels. So Jesse Smith having a rocky time of it here in the early going, but Jesse's capable of getting out of this jam. He fires a strike in at the knees to Terrence Patterson. Terrence is a right-handed hitter. He's only 5'8", batting .258, with a homer and 13 RBIs. Chris Brown at second, Deacon Burns at first for the Snappers. Patterson stands straight away from the right side, and a curveball is in the dirt for ball 1. Terrence, 0 for 4 last night. Taken by the Twins in the 35th round in 2002 out of high school in Florida, Bartow, Florida. The Twins love to draft kids out of high school and then develop them themselves. A looper into left center, hard hit for a base hit. A runner is rounding third. Richard Giannotti's throw home is cut off, and everybody's safe. We're tied at 1. No, Jesse Smith couldn't escape this inning. In the first, he put the first 2 men on. He did the same thing here in the second, and the Snappers are now primed for a possible big inning. Terrence Patterson delivers home. Chris Brown with a sharp single into center. Richard Giannotti's throw home was cut off by first baseman Chris Walston as Chris Brown slid across the plate. And now Tommy Duenas out for another talk with his battery mate Jesse Smith. 1-1 our score.
Now batting for the Snappers, the catcher number 10, Corey Finer.
This coming Sunday, as part of our 8-game homestand, which kicks off this Friday, this coming Sunday at 2 o'clock, the first 1,000 of you Kernel fans will receive a Kernel cap, thanks to Pat McGrath Chevyland. Corey Finer laces one into right for a base hit. Warner Madrigal comes up with it. His throw home is cut off, and the runner at second is held at third. Deacon Burns held up at third. Another hard-hit ball. The Snappers have not been fooled yet by Jesse Smith. 141 hitting Corey Finer torched Jesse's first pitch and smashed it into right field. The bases are loaded with nobody out. So 2 of the hits in this inning have come from 189 hitters, and a 189 hitter and a 141 hitter. And that brings Kernan Ronan out to the hill to try to help Jesse Smith through his early inning difficulties. This Sunday, the 29th of May, the gates open at 1 o'clock. The game starts at 2 for Pat McGrath Chevyland Kernel Cap Day. The first 1,000 of you Kernel fans to come to the ball game this Sunday, the 29th of May, will receive a Kernel cap from Pat McGrath Chevyland. Bases loaded, nobody out. 1-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Dwayne White swings at the first pitch and ropes it foul off the top of the Kernel first base dugout. So the Snappers have seen something in Jesse Smith, where a pattern or a tendency where they are going up hacking. Kernels would love a double play, strikeout, or pop-up. Dwayne White in 18 games is hitting .303. A homer, 9 RBIs. A ground ball base hit into right. 1 run is in to make it 2-1. Here comes Terrence Patterson. The throw home by Madrigal is too late, and Jesse Smith will try to survive the early going here. He now trails 3-1. Dwayne White, the number 9 hitter, grounded one between Sutton and Walston into right for a 2-run single. And we need to get some outs now. It's the thing that plagued us before this winning streak were these doggone big innings. And you'd have to say Beloit has a modest inning going. They lead it 3-1, and there's still nobody out. As Deacon Burns scored from third and Terrence Patterson from second, Corey Finer stopped at second base. So it's 3-1 Beloit. And Jesse Smith has let the first 5 men reach here in the second inning. Strike 1 called from Jesse. Jesse Smith, like last night's winner Bill Edwards, is a ferocious competitor. And there's nobody on that Kernel staff that wants to succeed any more than the 24-year-old Kernel right-hander. He's very capable of turning this start around. There's strike 2 to Angelo Fermin. It's 0-2. Corey Feiner at second. Dwayne White at first. Dwayne's 2-run single, his 10th and 11th RBIs of the year. That old number 9 hitter has done it again to the Kernels. Fermin takes a pitch that appeared to be strike 3 called, but the plate umpire Jeff Lascola said it was a little bit inside or low. We're not sure which, but he sure had a better look at it than we do. So we are at his mercy as far as the view he has. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Angelo Fermin is the second Jesse Smith strikeout victim. That's a big strikeout for Jesse. With 1 out and 2 on, here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe reached on a bad hop single over the glove of Freddy Sandoval in the first inning. Trevor Plouffe has had a good series. He's 3 for 4. Plouffe, the number 2 hitter in the Beloit order, 7th man to bat here in their 3-run second inning. He tried to hold up on a Jesse Smith Uncle Charlie, couldn't do it. He broke his wrist, strike 1. Trevor Plouffe, a Minnesota Twin first-round draft pick last year out of Northridge, California. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jesse Smith has turned up his intensity a notch, and he's ahead of Trevor Plouffe, 0-2. We have a winner to congratulate from last evening's Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. A curve in the dirt, and Plouffe didn't offer at it, ball 1. Last evening in the Kernel 6th inning, we asked you who celebrated his 100th career home run by running backwards around the bases as a New York Met in 1963. You logged onto our website and clicked on our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge link. Trevor Plouffe fights off a pitch in on his hands and grounds it foul into the Kernel first base dugout. There is action in the Kernel right field bullpen, and warming up down there is right-hander Nick Green. Nick Green is warming up in the Kernel bullpen. Jesse Smith's 1-2. Low, ball 2 to Trevor Plouffe. Well, Darla Wenzel of Cedar Rapids, congratulations, Darla. You emailed us with the right answer to the Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question last night, and you've earned yourself a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. We'll share the answer that Darla gave us in a moment. Plouffe chops 1 to third, could be a double play. Sandoval to second, 1. Nate Sutton to first, double play. How about Jesse Smith? He gets Trevor Plouffe to ground into or bounce into an inning-ending around the horn double play. 5-4-3. In the second, Beloit strikes for 3 runs. On 4 hits, no Kernel errors. The Snappers leave a runner. They've left 3. We go to the top of the third with Beloit on top, 3-1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd. As a kid growing up on the West Coast, Bill Walsh sort of defined football. He was my Vince Lombardi. Look at today's West Coast offense and the one you helped create. What's the big difference, or is there one?
Oh, there's a big difference. We most often use 2 backs for added pass protection and for pass receiving. And today's football, across the board, even in high school, people are using multiple receivers. So what we did 20% of the time, people are now doing 80% of the time.
Did you ever think it would become, quote, the West Coast offense, Bill Walsh's offense?
No, I didn't even think of that. We were just trying to survive. It's a world of survival. So you're not thinking of any label or any distinction regarding what you do. what you really thought of was somehow you've got to make a first down.
Don't be left out of the herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
Richard Giannotti loops a ball down the left field line, trying to drop it in front of the left fielder Dwayne White, and he can't do it. Dwayne White comes on quickly and near the line. Dwayne White makes a running catch. Richard Giannotti, who last played Saturday night at home in a Colonel win, first pitch swinging, flies out to shallow left. It was a fair ball by about 3 feet. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the Colonel third inning. The Snappers are on top 3-1. Getting back to our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question from last night, our winner was Darla Wenzel of Cedar Rapids. She emailed us with the name Jimmy Pearsall. Jimmy Pearsall was the player who celebrated his 100th career home run by running backwards around the bases in the Polo Grounds as a New York Met in 1963. And 4 days later, after his backwards trot, Jimmy Pearsall was released by Casey Stengel in the New York Mets. It's 0-2 to Sean Rodriguez. He's taken a couple of curveballs, and now he takes a fastball just low from David Shinsky. Sean singled and scored in the first inning to put the Colonels ahead 1-0. Beloit scored 3 in the bottom of the second to overtake the Colonels. There's ball 2 downstairs to the Colonel leadoff hitter. Richard Giannotti led off this inning by swinging at the first pitch, and he flew out down the line and left. The 2-2 to Rodriguez. Ball 3 just low and away, and that was a borderline pitch. This 20-year-old right-hander, David Shinsky, making just his second start of the season. He was 7-3 in 11 starts in the Appalachian League last year. Sean Rodriguez fouls one hard, straight back to the screen. No other ballpark in the Midwest League has what Pullman Field has. They have field-level seats behind home plate. You literally sit at the same level as the diamond. Look out, a pitch whistles high and in to Sean Rodriguez, and he walks. Sean is aboard for the second time, and with 1 on, 1 out, Nate Sutton will bat. Nate singled into right field in the first inning.
Now batting second baseman number 4, Nate Sutton.
Yeah, Jimmy Pearsall was back then they called him a nutcase. What he was suffered from was depression and schizophrenia, and he was treated for it. Jimmy has gone on to accomplish great things in his There goes the runner. A pitch high, a ball. The throw to second. Sean Rodriguez steals it. The ball skips into left center, and Sean hooks it over to third. He's there with only 1 out. Sean Rodriguez steals second, his team-high 12th steal of the year, and the throw by Corey Finer skipped away from Trevor Plouffe. It'll be a throwing error on Finer, his 5th error of the season, E2, I believe, and it's a runner at third with only 1 out. And Nate Sutton with the infield back, except at third, where David Winfrey plays even with the bag, needs to put the bat on the ball. He does as he bounces one to first. Rodriguez scores. It's fielded by Mark Zamwish, and Nate Sutton is gone on an unassisted play at first by Mark Zamwish. And just like that, the Colonels manufacture a run and are within a run of the Snappers, 3-2 Beloit. Man, did the Colonels make that look easy. Rodriguez, who was in the hole 0-2, walked. Then Sean stole second, popped to his feet on a feet-first slide, and went to third when the throw went into left center field, an error on Corey Finer. And then Nate Sutton bounced one to first, an easy play for Mark Zamwish. Well, actually, it was a tough in-between hop that Zamwish gloved, and he stepped on first as Rodriguez scored. Now Freddy Sandoval, batting third in the order, hits one hard into left center, but Dwayne White scoots over to his left to make the play to end the inning. So Freddy Sandoval skies to left center. It was caught by the left fielder. 1 run for the Colonels in the third inning on no hits, 1 snapper error. The Colonels leave the bases empty. We go to the bottom of the third inning in Beloit, where the Colonels trail the Snappers by 1, 3-2. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Call Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through.
When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks. High-speed copying, color copies, oversized copies, manuals, booklets, graphic design, posters, banners, and presentations. CopyWorks does it better. When it's important to you, CopyWorks lets your work shine through. When you think of copies, think of CopyWorks.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take a family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month, and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town? That's freaking unbelievable! Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Well, Jesse Smith hasn't found his best stuff yet, but he is right in this game. So are the Kernels, 3-2 Beloit. As we go to the home half of the third, it'll be the meat of the snapper order, starting with David Winfrey. The 19-year-old number 3 hitter has a good year going, 275 hitter, 2 homers, a team-high 29 RBIs for David Winfrey, who struck out his first time up in the first inning. The lights are on here at Pullman Field. The sun's no longer a factor. And a high bouncer to shortstop. Sean Rodriguez fields it right above the bill of his blue cap, and on 2 hops, David Winfrey is thrown out. His 2-hopper fielded by Rodriguez. 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Darla Wenzel, our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question winner from last night, in her email to us about Jimmy Pearsall, the fellow that celebrated his 100th career home run by running backwards around the bases as a Met. She recommended that any baseball fan rent the old black and white movie with Anthony Perkins. No, he's not Psycho, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. He plays Jimmy Pearsall. Ball 1 low to Mark Zamwish. His father, Carl Malden, with his overbearing and suffocating personality, drives Jimmy Pearsall literally to climb walls. And it's a very well-done black and white movie from the early 60s. Here's a high pop foul off to the left by Mark Zamwish to make it 2-1. And that movie, I'm sure, can be rented. If not locally, you can look it up online. It's called Fear Strikes Out. And Darla Wenzel, thank you for suggesting that movie to our wonderful listening audience. Mark Zamwish, on a 2-1 delivery, takes a changeup just below the knees, ball 3. Zamwish lined into an inning-ending 4-6 double play his first time up. Jesse's wind and pitch. He winds and pitches, and Zamwish pounds one foul off his foot. Let's see if the Beloit trainer, Alan Rail, comes down the tracks out of that Beloit third base dugout to check out Mark Zamwish. Most of these Canadian guys and Australians are a different breed. They are tough, tough guys, and Zamwish will stand right back in there waiting for the payoff pitch from the Colonel right-hander. And he walks. It was low, ball 4. Jesse Smith has walked his second man of this game. He's also hit a batter. That's not like Jesse to walk men. In his last start Thursday at home, a 3-0 win, Jesse in 8 innings, no runs, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. On the year, Jesse Smith has hurled 36 1/3 innings, surrendering 39 hits in 36 1/3. He's fanned 30 in 36 1/3, walked 14. He keeps Zamwish close at first by throwing over there. Chris Brown doubled to start the Beloit 3-run second inning. Brown, a right-handed hitter in 21 games, batting .189. Straightaway stance. swings and misses at a nasty curveball in the dirt. The ball trickles out towards the mound where Tommy Duenas retrieves it without the runner from first going to second. We'll have another chance for you to earn a prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. In the Kernel 6th inning, we'll have another Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question for you. The 0-1 from the Kernel righty. Instead of throw to first and diving back in hand first is Mark Zamwish. Jimmy Pearsall, after being cut loose by the Mets in '63, ended his big league career with the California Angels. Pearsall played 17 years in the big leagues, and he was one of the best outfielders you'll ever see. My golly, an old friend of ours has appeared out of nowhere down below, a fellow by the name of Dave Costello. And I'll have to find out what Dave's doing these days and why he decided perhaps just to take a year off from professional baseball and its grinding, rigorous demands. But Dave Costello, a longtime friend, has appeared down below. Of all things, he's wearing a Chicago Cub hat backwards. A throw to first, and it almost got by big Chris Walston. He had to reach across the runner to prevent a wild throw. Dave has spotted us, and boy, is it great to see him. You want to build a franchise around a guy in terms of your front office, there's where you would start, Dave Costello. Chris Brown, waiting patiently. The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. The runner goes, a pitch out. Duenas' throw is in plenty of time, and tagged out at second on an awkward slide was Mark Zamwish. Oh, the Kernels and Bobby Magallanes have done it again. We had a question earlier, last week on the Ask the Manager show, the South Slope Communications Friday Triple Play show. One of our listeners asked, how does Bobby always have that uncanny knack of knowing when to pitch out? The 2-1 now to Chris Brown, and he whistles it foul straight back. Bobby answered quite simply, it's a combination of keeping a book on the opposing team and their tendencies, looking at the base runner's body language leading away from first, and relying on his over 2 decades of experience in professional baseball. And Bobby did it again, a pitch out. We'll check with the official score as Chris Brown swings and misses. I believe the caught stealing went 2-6. 2-6. Duenas to Sean Rodriguez. Chris Brown is down on strikes, and Jesse Smith in the 3rd inning gives up no runs to Beloit, no hits, a walk. A man caught trying to steal second on a pitch out. There were no Kernel errors, nobody left for the Snappers. After 3 in Beloit, it's the Snappers 3, the Kernels 2. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
What should you do with your glass bottles and jars once they're empty? Recycle them, of course. After rinsing the containers out, put the lids in your blue recycling box, then separate your clear glass from your colored glass and place them in a separate plastic container. Set your glass beside your blue recycling box for curbside collection. City crews will empty the containers and leave your buckets at the curb. Remember to help the earth by putting glass in the recycling and not in the garbage.
It's Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio, honoring the classics as only they can.
Is there a Hall of Famer right now on the New England Patriots? Right now, if their career ended right now. I'll give you one. Adam Vinatieri. Okay, that's 2. Bill Belichick. You could put Belichick in right now. The list of coaches who've won 3 Super Bowls, you could count on one hand. Hold on, then. Go ahead. Bill Belichick has been considered a great NFL head coach since he's been with the Patriots. Right. He has 3 Super Bowls. Right. You want to put him in. Right. Tom Brady has 3 Super Bowls. Nah, that's not the same thing being a player as being a coach. Why? Because it's just not. Okay. That's me like Colin Sidney, because. I mean, it doesn't. No.
So am I the only one to see a parallel here?
You got outfield? Sure. Now let's field the same. Why? I just thought I'd ask. Well, I just thought I'd tell you. Now tell me who's playing left field. Why? Because. He's center field.
Bridging the gap between generations, it's Mike and Mike in the Morning. Weekdays on ESPN Radio.
Dave Costello, who we mentioned earlier, a terrific front office team member here in Beloit, has dropped into the press box to reacquaint himself, and Dave's enjoying the year off, but looking to get back into baseball. Drew Toussaint drills one into left, and Dwayne White's right there and has it. I thought Drew put more on to the ball than that. He had a good swing, but he must have hit it off the trademark as he flies to left, leading off the fourth inning. 3-2 in favor of the Snappers, and Warner Madrigal comes to bat against David Shinsky.
Now batting right fielder, number 24.
Shinsky must be on a pitch count. We told you that this is just his second start of the season, and thus a left-hander, a big, tall left-hander, Kevin Culpepper, warming up down the left field line for Beloit. Shinsky has a live fastball, and he delivers it in for a strike to Warner Madrigal. Kevin Culpepper, a lefty, warming up. A one-hopper stroked on the ground to short. And it's an easy play for Trevor Plouffe. Warner Madrigal hitting .217, struggling a little bit right now, has chopped to short, quickly 2 out here in the Kernel fourth inning. Man, you look at Aaron Peel last night, he walked 3 times, took a lot of pitches. But tonight the Kernels are eager to put the ball in play, and they're swinging very, very early in counts. Jordan Renz lays off a breaking pitch low and away. Jordan, first pitch swinging, opened up the second by flying out to center fielder Terrence Patterson. Now the sun is back out. 66 degrees here at Pullman Field. Ball 2 inside to the Kernel right-handed hitter. Jordan hitting at 156, 2 homers, 15 RBIs. The Kernels are 5th in the 14-team Midwest League in homers with 27. Ball 3 is low, and Jordan Renz is ahead in the count. 3-0. David Shinsky, 6'4", 20-year-old right-hander in his third year of pro ball, delivers. A 3-0 pitch is pounded past third into left for a 2-out single. Jordan Renz was given the green light on 3-0, and he came through as he grounded one sharply to the left of David Winfrey into left field, and the Kernels have had at least one base runner in each of the first 4 innings this evening, trailing 3-2.
Now batting the catcher number 7, Tommy Duenas.
Tommy Duenas singled his first time up, but was erased immediately on the next pitch to Chris Walston. Chris hit into an inning-ending double play in the second inning. Jordan Renz has a good-sized lead. He's 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts. He's running. Tommy Duenas grounds a base hit past the diving third baseman into left. Renz with a big turn at second, but has to anchor there. A beautifully executed hit-and-run single by Tommy Duenas, sending Jordan Renz to second base. Tommy Duenas is 2 for 2.
Number 30, Chris Walston.
And Chris Walston has a chance to tie this game up with 2 on and 2 out. Renz was running on the first pitch to Duenas, and Tommy pulled it fair past the diving third baseman David Winfrey into left. Dwayne White came on hard in left field to prevent Jordan Renz from trying for third. Chris Walston in 10 games, batting .212, 2 homers, 2 RBIs. Chris rolled into an inning-ending double play, first pitch swinging in the second inning. Walston is 6'6", stands straight up at the plate, and leans back from a curveball from David Shinsky, ball 1, to Chris Walston. He's in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup for the first time since Saturday night at home. Walston is only 20 years old. A pitch is low, a throw down to first by the catcher Corey Feiner, and getting back safely is Tommy Duenas. Walston is out of El Capitan High School in San Diego, California, the same high school that former Kernel switch-hitting catcher Jared Abruzzo prepped at. A changeup and a swing and a miss by Chris Walston, strike 1. Walston is already in his 4th year of pro ball. He played in 41 games in 2002 for the Mesa Angels, then 52 games 2 seasons ago for Mesa. With Provo last year, he played in 45 games and hit .265. A bouncer to third, a leaping stab by the third baseman David Winfrey, who tags the runner, Renz, coming at him from second. Chris Walston almost eked a Baltimore chop single over the head of David Winfrey, pounding it into that hard dirt in front of home plate, but David Winfrey climbed the ladder, gloved it, and then had an easy tag of Jordan Renz going from second to third to end the inning. A 2-out threat, but nothing doing for the Kernels in the fourth. No runs. 2 hits. There were no Beloit errors. The Kernels leave a pair and have stranded 3 tonight. After 3.5, Beloit still leads the Kernels 3-2 at Pullman Field, where you're enjoying Kernel baseball in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point, and your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Brick's Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Slop House and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ's Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, Third on First Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you can win a trip to Vegas on Allegiant Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
This holiday weekend, enjoy refreshing Blue Bunny ice cream. Assorted flavors of Blue Bunny family-size ice cream pails are on sale now at all Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vee stores. Hy-Vee also has a variety of Blue Bunny ice cream novelties on sale, including cool tubes, Sunday Crunch Bars, and ice cream sandwiches. Blue Bunny has an ice cream treat for everyone, and Hy-Vee is the place to go to pick up all of your favorites. Blue Bunny in the Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vee stores, proud supporters of area high school athletics.
1-run game in favor of the Snappers as they bat in the bottom of the fourth against right-hander Jesse Smith. Memorial Day is a red-letter day for everybody who likes wholesome, affordable family entertainment. We have it for you at Veterans Memorial Stadium starting at 2 o'clock. The Miller Mezzanine Terrace will be open to anyone on Memorial Day for the most breathtaking panoramic view of not only the diamond below, but the Cedar Rapids skyline and all it has to offer. You can take it all in from the Miller Mezzanine Terrace. It's open to the public this coming Monday, Memorial Day. A 2 o'clock start. Bird Zirk will be there to entertain you all afternoon. Bird Zirk appears at Veterans Memorial Stadium on Memorial Day, Monday the 30th at 2 o'clock. A high drive into center by Deacon Burns, way back at the wall, and out she goes. Number 3 for Deacon Burns. And it's 4-2 Snappers here in the fourth inning. Deacon Burns with his third of the year, first pitch swinging to open up the fourth inning. He scored 2 of the Snapper 4 runs. So far, it just hasn't been Jesse Smith's night. That ball sailed directly over the 380-foot mark at the base of the flagpole in center. And the hits are even now at 6 apiece. Strike one, a curve from Jesse to Terrence Patterson. Whenever a guy hits a solo home run, you have to remember that that's exactly what it is. You have to remember that you're blessed that nobody was on base. It's just one run. Strike 2 called to Terrence Patterson. That said, you never want to give up a home run on the first pitch of an inning. Terrence Patterson singled and scored in Beloit's 3-run second. Jesse Smith's curve is taken outside for ball 1. An 8-game homestand commences this Friday to kick off the Memorial Day weekend. Curveball, and Jesse just can't get that best pitch of his over here tonight. Ball 2 in the dirt. And when you don't have your best stuff, you battle like Jesse Smith has done tonight. He's battled out there. Nothing's come easy to him. The 2-2 to the right-handed batter is clubbed to third on 3 hops. The sure-handed Colonel third baseman Freddy Sandoval has it and airmails it across the diamond for the first out of the inning. 1 away here in the Beloit fourth. They're leading 4-2.
Now batting the catcher, number 10, Corey Finer.
1 out, nobody on for the catcher Corey Finer. He singled into right his first time up. Corey, a 141 hitter, no homers, 3 RBIs. Bats from a deep crouch and swings and misses at Smith's first delivery. Corey Finer does not wear batting gloves. And the reason we note little things like that is they're not the norm. Almost everybody these days wears batting gloves, not Corey Finer. He proved how tough he was last night when he endured a horrific collision at the plate, a low shoulder blow, a very clean blow delivered by Sean Rodriguez, trying to knock the ball out of his mitt in the 8th inning. Ooh, a borderline pitch missed just low, and it's now 2 balls, 1 strike to Corey Finer. Corey's from Wisconsin Oshkosh. He wraps one foul past third, and the count even now, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Corey Finer. A programming note, 2 of them. First of all, we'll end this series Thursday morning, 10:40 South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time, on 11 o'clock first pitch on Thursday morning. And that is the earliest the Kernels have played a game this season. Finer on a 2-2 delivery takes a curve, and the Kernels wanted the call, didn't get it from the plate umpire Jeff Lascola. And it's ball 3 to Corey Finer. Jesse Smith has just been unable to find that groove for his curveball to fit into, kind of like a bowler trying to find the pocket. Strike! 3 called. Jesse found the strike zone with his heater, a fastball on the outside corner, and Jesse Smith has recorded his 4th strikeout of the game. Corey Finer took a fastball, led her high on the outside corner for the 2nd out of the inning. Well, Dwayne White has the biggest blow in this game, a 2-run single his first time up to give Beloit a 3-1 lead. They lead it here in the 4th, 4-2. Dwayne White, a .303 batter. Socks one into center for a solid single. Over to get it, Richard Giannotti. And that's 2 for 2 for the number 9 hitter. Man, oh man, I'm telling you, if I had the time, or made the time, to go back and look at what number 9 hitters are batting against our pitching staff this year, I think it would be appalling. I would bet that number 9 hitters are hitting over .350 against Colonel pitching this season. And there's no excuse for that. You've got to retire number 9 hitters. Gene Mauch said it best. Gene said, I always know who the other team's weakest hitter is. All I have to do is look at who's hitting 9th in the order. And that doesn't mean they're a poor hitter. For goodness sakes, Dwayne White's hitting over 300. He really probably shouldn't be hitting 9th, but Kevin Bowles has every right to put a 300 hitter 9th in the order. So far, it's paid off for him. Strike 1 called on Angelo Fermin, a .235 batter. And again, I'm not disparaging guys that hit 9th in the order. Bob Gibson always said he'd rather have Dal Maxville hit 8th and play shortstop every day, even if Maxie hit .220, because Maxie was such a good shortstop. Smith's next pitch is low for ball 1. If you're going, well, here comes Kevin Culpepper walking in from the left field snapper bullpen with a jacket draped over his left shoulder, so he'll likely take over for David Shinsky, who pitched 4 innings this evening for Beloit. Shinsky will not qualify for a win if the snappers lift him after 4 innings. We're in the bottom of the 4th, and it's 4-2 in favor of the snappers. 13 hits in this game already. Shooting one foul down the left field line for strike 2 is the switch hitter Angelo Fermin. If David Shinsky is finished, he will have gone 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned on 6 hits. He struck out none, and he walked one. And I think we may have seen the last of him. Fermin in the hole 1 and 2 waits as Jesse Smith heaves yet another throw over to first base. Fermin does something highly unusual that you'd never hear a coach tell a little leaguer. He rests his bat on his back shoulder. He rests his bat on his back shoulder. Breaking pitch, an animated delayed strike 3 called by plate umpire Jeff Lascola. Lascola pumps his right fist in the air, indicating strike 3 to Angelo Fermin. 1 run for Beloit, a leadoff homer by Deacon Burns to open up the 4th. 2 hits. There were no Kernel errors, and the Snappers leave a runner, their 4th left of the evening. We go to the 5th with the Kernels down by a pair here at Pullman Field, 4-2. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Honfidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Center Point Road Northeast.
Knowing who you are is important. At Kirkwood Community College, we know who we are. We are accessibility. We are quality. We are opportunity. We are community. Who are you? We can help you learn. Kirkwood.edu.
22-year-old southpaw Kevin Culpepper out of Georgia Southern University is now pitching for the Beloit Snappers. He inherits a 4-2 lead. Richard Giannotti will lead it off against the southpaw, and I have a sneaking hunch that with a new hurler on the mound, Richard Giannotti will try to lay down a bunt. Culpepper is a gigantic, imposing figure. He's 6'5", 190, 22 years old. Richard showed bunt, but took the first pitch low, ball 1. David Shinsky cannot win this game. He was on a 50-pitch limit. 4 innings, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk. Look out! A rifle bullet just outside beyond the Beloit third base dugout. Boy, Richard Giannotti hit that ball well, and the on-field host down below is smiling up here at the public address announcer as if to say, hey, I'm taking a break while the action goes on. Don't hit me with a foul ball. The 1-1. There's the bunt we predicted, and it's foul past up the first baseline for strike 2 to Richard Giannotti. Richard has 8 bunt singles to his credit this spring, and with a new pitcher on the mound, it was almost a no-brainer to sense that Richard would try to employ that weapon of his. Giannotti batting .257, no homers, 4 RBIs. Richard flew out to left, leading off the third inning. And he takes strike 3 called on the outside corner at the knees. Kevin Culpepper, in relief of the starter David Shinsky, gets Richard Giannotti looking on a strike 3. Kevin Culpepper on for the 17th time out of the Beloit bullpen. He's won 3, lost 1, an ERA of 4.18. He has a save to his credit. In 32 and a third innings, in 32 and a third, he has surrendered 29 hits, fanned 33 batters in 32 and a third, walked 12. The league hitting .236 against Kevin Culpepper, a lefty. His curveball spins in at the knees, strike 1 to Sean Rodriguez. Sean has scored both Kernel runs. Singled and scored in the first, walked, stole second, and scored an unearned run in the third. He pops one in the air to shallow center. In comes Terrence Patterson, so does the right fielder, and it's Deacon Burns who cuts in front of the center fielder to glove it, as Sean Rodriguez is retired for the first time tonight, flying out to right field. The right fielder made the catch in shallow right center. Can Kevin Culpepper retire the Kernels in order for the first time tonight? Well, Nate Sutton will have a lot to say about that. Nate has singled and grounded out. His ground out in the third cut the snapper lead to 3-2. Culpepper shows something different with a left-handed batter up. Kevin dropped his arm angle down and sidearmed a pitch outside to Nate Sutton. Now he comes straight over the top and misses low for ball 2. Kevin Culpepper, he's the only snapper on the diamond that wears his white pants just below the kneecaps, exposing all of his blue socks. Beloit wears green hats. A ground ball, a worm burner, easy for second baseman Angelo Fermin, up and over to first, and the Kernels are retired in order for the first time tonight by lefty reliever Kevin Culpepper. After 4.5 at Pullman Field, Snappers 4, Kernels 2. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When you need group transportation, there is only one name you need to remember. That name is Tri-State Travel, transportation provider for the Cedar Rapids Kernels and hundreds of other schools, organizations, and associations in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and Waterloo area. Check our unblemished safety record, compare our pricing, and then climb aboard one of Tri-State Travel's modern deluxe motor coaches and experience our award-winning service. Tri-State Travel, the leader in motor coach group transportation.
Got a headache? The relief you need is speeding your way with Advil Liquid Gels. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong.
For tough headache pain, the Liquid Fast pain relief of Advil Liquid Gels is faster and stronger than extra strength Tylenol. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong.
Advil Liquid Gels are the only leading brand with real liquid inside. They rush relief right to where you need it. Find out what Liquid Fast pain relief can do for you. Advil Liquid Gels. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong. Use as directed.
And the pot is up to $500,000.
The Poker Grand Championship. You're gambling with the best, but you're twitching from the itching, squirming from the burning, and it's doing nothing for your poker face.
Oh, I should have used Preparation H. Oh.
Now, wherever you go, cleanse, cool, and soothe with new Preparation H portable wipes. 4 times bigger than Tux pads and individually wrapped to take anywhere discreetly.
I'll raise $5,000.
New Preparation H portable wipes. Big relief. To go. Use as directed.
As we go to the bottom of the 5th in Beloit, Physicians Clinic of Iowa is proud to bring us our Physicians Clinic of Iowa injury report. Shelved with a strained right hip flexor is Colonel Closer Frederick Deloiza-Gacarni.
Now batting shortstop number 4.
Deloiza-Gacarni was doing some hefty wind sprints along the warning track before tonight's game, so it should be a matter of a few days before he's reactivated off the disabled list. Still on the disabled list, Josh LeBlanc, Colonel second baseman, and Colonel Closer to start the season, Mitch Arnold. Swing and a miss as Jesse Smith powdered a fastball by Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe leading off here in the 5th inning, 4-2 snappers. Clifton Remele has come off the disabled list, and he's back in Mesa rehabbing, getting ready to spring back into live action, recovering now from a strained right oblique muscle. Jesse Smith brings in a strike call to the right-handed batter Plouffe. Trevor, a right-handed hitter, takes away ball 1. Plouffe is only 19 years old, batting .181. So far tonight, he's reached on a bad hop single and hit into a double play. Jesse's 1-2 is smacked into right center. Richard Giannotti on the run has closed in on it and made the grab. Good jump on Richard Giannotti as he had to really move quickly to his left, and in the right center field alley, Richard Giannotti glided over and caught the drive off the bat of Trevor Plouffe. 1 away in the Beloit 5th inning. Physicians Clinic of Iowa, quality health care or quality care is their top priority. Quality health care close to home. Physicians Clinic of Iowa, they have 50 board-certified physicians who provide quality care in 11 specialties, And here's a drive into right center. Madrigal on the run. Warner to his right, and Warner spears it for the second out of the inning. David Winfrey launched it high and deep into the right center field alley, but Warner Madrigal was able to race over and glove it for the second out of the inning. Jesse Smith is trying to set down the side in order for the first time tonight. He and the Kernels trail 4-2 in the bottom of the fifth inning. The pace of this game has greatly accelerated since the first inning. That's because most of the hitters on both teams are swinging early in counts. Mark Zamwish looks at a strike at the knees. Mark lined into an inning-ending double play in the first. He walked and was caught trying to steal second in the third on a pitch out. Colonel outfield plays Zamwish slightly to pull. A change-up, and Zamwish was out on that front foot and tipped it foul into the glove of Colonel catcher Tommy Duenas, strike two. Jesse Smith trying for a 1-2-3 inning here in the fifth. If he can do it, it would give the Kernels a big lift. A curve juts down and into the batter. 4-1. Zamwish batting cleanup. Here in the fifth inning, 2 out, nobody on. Beloit leads it 4-2. Another Uncle Charlie, and this one's low as well. Well, Jesse just can't find that curveball alley, as we call it. But that's not going to prevent him from still offering up that yellow hammer. A fastball. This one is lofted foul over the third base snapper dugout. A grandstand roof here. This is largely an aluminum structure. I would say 90% of this ballpark's seating structure is aluminum. There are 5 rows of royal blue bucket seats behind home plate. A bouncer to the left side. Freddy Sandoval cuts it off and wings the throw to first, and Jesse Smith has his first 1-2-3 inning of this ball game. Mark Zamwish bounces to third. 1-2-3, nothing across for Beloit. As we head to the top of the sixth in our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question, Beloit on top of the Kernels 4-2. This is Colonel Baseball in the zone.
Honey, be careful. You know my brother does that for a living.
No problem. Just one more brick and this chimney will be good as new.
I'll, call my brother.
Need a home equity loan? Talk to your guaranteed banker for a loan that's right for your kind of life.
Oh! What's the matter, John?
Look at these checking fees.
Look what we spend on stamps for our bills.
Need free checking and a whole lot more? See your guaranteed banker for the checking and online bill pay solutions that are right for your kind of life.
Honey, I got the promotion.
Wonderful! Oh, but our house is way too small for a vice president.
What?
I saw this antebellum. 6 bedrooms,
6
4 baths, marble countertops
Marble?
in the kitchen, a jacuzzi, mahogany cabinets in the butler's pantry, a 3-car garage, and a nanny suite.
Nanny? Need a mortgage? Talk to your guarantee banker for a loan that's right for your kind of life.
Guarantee Bank.
For your kind of life.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm a 9th-year college senior. I need 2 more credits to graduate. I've needed those credits for 5 years. Sure, I could take ceramics, cooking, Yiddish, done. 2 credits right there. But no, I choose to stay in college.
Go State!
Go State! Let me tell you something. You're jealous of me. I gotta rest up before the pep rally, know what I mean? Oh, wait, you don't.
Go back to college with ESPNU and ESPNU.com. Division I football and basketball matchups and major college championships. Never graduate.
Third baseman number 21, Freddy Sandoval.
Here we go to the top of the sixth inning. The heart of the Colonel order to face lefty Kevin Culpepper in his second inning relief of starter David Shinsky, 4-2 snappers. The Kernels and Beloit have played 5 times this season, and the Colonel record against the Snappers stands at 2 wins, 3 losses. Kevin Culpepper with a pitch on the outside edge to switch hitter Freddy Sandoval, strike 1. Now a sidearm pitch ricochets off the glove of the catcher to the screen, ball 1. Let's have you take a crack at our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question here from Pullman Field. It's easy to do. Ball 2 low and into Freddy. Log on to our website at www.kernels.com, Kernels. Then click on the link that says Roadshow Trivia Challenge. Email us your name, address, and phone number. Freddy on a 2-1 pitch. It's up and away, ball 3. If you've been one of our 24 previous Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question winners, that's great, but please don't email us this evening with your answer. Ooh, a 3-1 pitch is hammered foul right underneath the feet of Colonel's skipper coaching at third, Bobby Magallanes. Hard hit smash by Sandoval, foul, strike 2. And if you've won a $5 gift certificate from the Springhouse during our home Springhouse trivia question, a high drive way back into right center. Deacon Burns is on the run, but it's the center fielder who makes a sterling catch to rob Sandoval of extra bases, Terrence Patterson. Freddy Sandoval hit that ball a long way into right center, but on the dead run, Terrence Patterson made a running catch for the first out of the inning. That's 4 in a row, retired by Kevin Culpepper. What I'm trying to say is this: if you've won a Springhouse trivia question during our home broadcast, please don't email us with your answer this evening to our Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. We know that so many of you are eager to earn that prize from the Bim Ritter Diamond Shop. We want to make sure it's one per customer and give everybody a fair chance. A bender is just outside, ball 1 to Drew Toussaint. Drew is 1 for 2. 4-2 Beloit, top of the 6th inning. Toussaint, the cleanup batter, takes a curve for a strike. You've emailed us your name, address, and phone number. How have you done that? Well, it's been easy. You've logged on to our website and then clicked on the Roadshow Trivia Challenge link. Strike 2, a changeup. This Kevin Culpepper is pitching effectively, having retired the first 4 Colonels he's faced. The 6'5 lefty delivers to Drew Toussaint. Swing and a miss. A curveball down and in, and Drew didn't get it. That's 5 in a row now set down by Kevin Culpepper. Warner Madrigal will stand in. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question: what Hall of Fame manager earned the nickname Captain Hook for his propensity to yank his starting pitchers prematurely during the mid-1970s? We'll repeat that question as Warner Madrigal bats. Nobody on, 2 gone in the Colonel's 6th inning. It's turning from twilight into evening now here at Beloit's Pullman Field. Ball 1 outside to Warner. What Hall of Fame manager earned the nickname Captain Hook for his propensity to yank his starting pitchers prematurely during the mid-1970s? Warner tried to hold up on a pitch outside, and he did hold up, according to Nick Monaco, the base umpire. 2-0 to Warner Madrigal. Warner's due to break loose at any moment. He just hasn't been hitting the ball well the last week or so. A strike at the knees, Madrigal was taking all the way. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question asks you what Hall of Fame manager earned the nickname Captain Hook for his propensity. A high drive, way back in left, on the warning track, Dwayne White. He looks up. No more room! Home run for Warner Madrigal. Warner Madrigal has cut the Beloit lead to 1 run with his team high 7th home run of the year. Warner Madrigal was due to break out of it, and he did break out of it, homering over the left field wall to cut the snapper lead to 4-3. Well, Warner Madrigal has pulled the Colonels to within a run here in the 6th inning. It's his 7th of the year. His circuit clout came as we were giving you the Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. Let's try it again, and maybe Jordan Renz will follow suit. Strike 1 in to Jordan Renz. Jordan singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. It's a 1-run Beloit lead now as a breaking pitch is inside to Renz for ball 1. Our Colonel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question: what Hall of Fame manager earned the nickname Captain Hook for his propensity to yank his starting pitchers prematurely during the mid-1970s? A broken bat grounder to second. Coming in near the bag to pick it up and throw out Renz is Angelo Fermin. Jordan Renz was sawed off on his fist, and he grounds out weakly to second. 1 run on a 2-out homer by Warner Madrigal is team-high 7th of the year. 1 hit. There were no errors committed by the snappers, and the Kernels leave the bases empty. There you have our Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge question. What Hall of Fame manager earned the nickname Captain Hook for his propensity to yank his starting pitchers prematurely during the mid-1970s? You've logged on to our website, www.kernels.com, clicked on the link that says Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge, emailed us your name, address, and phone number, and the answer to this evening's question. After 5.5, Beloit 4, the Kernels 3, you're tuned to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM. The Guide, your entertainment starting point, and your Coca-Cola Bottling Company invite you to choose the best lunch spot in CR. And the challengers are Bricks Bar and Grill, Cabo Sports Bar and Grill, the Cedar Brewing Company, Chappie's Safari Lounge, the Chrome Horse Flophouse and Saloon, Chuck and Dale's Bar and Grill, CJ Sports Bar and Grill, Cocktails and Company, Moose McDuffie's, 3rd on 1st Sports Bar and Grill, Tornado's Grub and Pub, and the 33rd Avenue Sports Bar and Grill in Zaza's Clarion Hotel. Eat, then vote for your favorite establishment, and you can win a trip to Vegas on Allegiant Air. Your official entry form is in the Guide. Look for details in your mail or the Wednesday Gazette. Complete rules online at thezone1600.com. Join the Zone and the Guide on our 2005 Bar and Grill Tour, presented by your Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Because a man's gotta eat, don't he?
KCRG TV9 gives you more local news from around eastern Iowa. The important news of the day from where you live. And you get more live news from the scene of breaking stories, bringing you the news as it happens. Plus, with news updates on the hour and more local newscasts throughout your day, 7 days a week, you get more depth, more detail, more complete story coverage. More news, more often, from KCRG TV9 News.
Now, for the Snappers, designated hitter.
High praise to Colonel starter Jesse Smith. He didn't have his best stuff here tonight, and this is his 6th start of the season, but he held the fort down as best he could and kept the Kernels close. Jesse gives way to Nick Green, who's been outstanding since joining the ball club earlier this month. Nick fires in a strike to Chris Brown. Chris started the Beloit 3-run second by conking a double down the right field line. Curveball from the Colonel right-hander Green, strike 2. Jesse Smith finished with a bang. He retired the side in order in the 5th. He goes 5 innings. First, the 0-2 pitch, low, a fastball. Smith, 5 innings pitched, surrendered 4 runs on 7 hits. Jesse fanned 5. He walked a pair and hit a batter. Nick Green's working quickly. A curve is pounded behind third. Backhanded stop by Sandoval. Long throw, and he threw it away for no error as the batter does not advance. It's a long infield single for Chris Brown. A good throw would not have gotten Brown, in my opinion. Now, the official scorer may have another opinion, so we will wait to see what he thinks. But it looks like an infield single. It is for Chris Brown. How can a guy hitting 189 be such a thorn in your side? Well,
now batting right fielder, number 8, Deacon Burns.
It was a ground ball back at third. Freddy Sandoval had to backpedal to backhand it. Made a good fielding play, and the Kernels are fortunate that Chris Brown didn't take off for second as the ball went over the head of Chris Walston. But there was Tommy Duenas doing his job, backing up the throw, and Tommy prevented Chris Brown from going to second base. So the leadoff man aboard for the Snappers, who own a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nick Green picked up back-to-back saves in the Kernel 4-game sweep of the West Michigan Whitecaps last week. Saved Thursday night's game and saved Friday night's game. A ground ball to first. Walston steps on the base, throws to second, and Rodriguez applies the tag to Chris Brown. A snazzy double play turned by Chris Walston and the Kernels. Chris Brown grounded it, Deacon Burns grounded it sharply to first. Chris Walston was holding Chris Brown. Walston calmly picked up the ball, stepped on first, and then threw to second. And remember, Rodriguez has to tag the runner. Here's a high fly ball lofted into left center, and Richard Giannotti, you can hear him chirping all the way up here in the press box, yelling, I got it, I got it, I got it. And Giannotti indeed does have it. Terrence Patterson skies to left center, where Giannotti made the catch to end the inning. Nick Green, after giving up an infield single, gets a double play and a fly ball. No runs for Beloit in the sixth. One hit, a leadoff single. There were no Kernel errors. The Kernels turned their third double play of the evening. Nobody left by Beloit. We go to the top of the seventh inning, and it's Beloit 4, the Kernels 3. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
At Zimmerman's, we believe that the voice of the customer speaks the loudest. Let's hear what our customers have to say.
We chose Zimmerman because our family has been buying cars. I guess we're probably the third generation to buy cars here at Zimmerman.
My family's bought 18 cars at Zimmerman's. 18. I ought to get a little bonus or something, wouldn't I?
We build our reputation on one satisfied customer at a time. On behalf of everyone at Zimmerman's, I want to thank you for your business.
Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support one of our community's most renowned and cherished assets, the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees believe in the core values that comprise the essence of Kernel baseball: fun, wholesome, affordable entertainment for us all. As you look ahead to the many joys of summer, your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees encourage you to visit the fabulous new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, embracing Kernel baseball, a community treasure.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Hello? Yeah, this is Aaron from Georgia. I just wanted to tell Colin that he's a genius, man.
Oh, hold on, let me get Colin for you. Stay there, I'll get Colin for you.
Next to you.
Hold on, wait.
Colin, you there?
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, go ahead. This is Colin.
Colin, man, you're a genius. I agree totally with you about the pitching stuff.
Thank you. I feel like I'm a genius.
Don't be left out of The Herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
It's very likely that this game will be determined by each club's bullpen. Both starters are gone. David Shinsky for Beloit, he went 4 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. Jesse Smith is gone after 5 innings, allowing 4 runs on 7 hits. 4-3 Beloit. Tommy Duenas has a great night going. He's 2 for 2. He's facing Kevin Culpepper for the first time. Ball 1, high and outside to the Kernel catcher Tommy Duenas. He singled twice on the ground to left field. Well, actually, his first base hit was a line drive into left. Then he singled on a hit and run in the 4th inning. Ball 2 from Kevin Culpepper to Tommy Duenas. A 174 hitter, a homer, 8 RBIs. Tommy lifts one foul off to the right, and it's strike 1 to Tommy Duenas. A right-hander is up in the Beloit left field bullpen, way down the left field line. So far that we have to get out our binoculars and tell you that it's J.P. Martinez. J.P. Martinez is warming up for Beloit way down the left field line. The 2-1 to Tommy. Breaking pitch high, ball 3. Outfield plays Duenas slightly to pull. There's ball 4. A leadoff walk has been issued by Kevin Culpepper, and the Kernels have the tying run at first with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning.
Now batting first baseman, number 30, Chris Walston.
Big Chris Walston now steps in. Don't put it beyond Bobby Magallanes to have a 6'6" slugger, even though we're the visiting team. Don't put it on beyond Bobby to have Tommy Duenas trying to steal or have a bunt and run here. Bobby loves to play small ball. Tommy Duenas draws a throw, and he's back in plenty of time. Walston is hit into a double play and forced to man between second and third, so Bobby wants to stay out of a double play possibility. That's why Tommy Duenas, who's 4 for 4 in stolen base attempts, may be running. He's not going, and a fastball is in at the knees to Chris Walston, strike 1. 4-3 snappers, Kernels batting in the top of the 7th inning. Temperature is now 63 degrees. Chris Walston from California playing bare-armed. Kevin Culpepper misses low with a fastball. Culpepper may be a familiar name to some of you who follow us regularly on the radio. Kevin pitched in 35 games last year with the swing of the Quad City. All in relief, and he notched 4 saves. Walston has a healthy cut and fouls it straight away. Strike 2. Well, we're always asked when we come to Beloit, why are they called the Snappers? And we have to go by what the local folks tell us. There are 2 theories about why this team was renamed the Snappers. They used to be called the Brewers. A ground ball to third could be a double play. Winfrey to second out, no other play, and Tommy Duenas made a good slide to prevent Angelo Fermin from trying to turn 2. The force out, hit into by Chris Walston, went third to second, 5-4. Chris Walston broke his bat.
Now batting center fielder number 9, Richard Giannotti.
Now another interesting situation. You've got a fellow at the plate, Richard Giannotti, who's in a bit of a tailspin, struggling with his confidence at 257, 0 for 2 tonight. Do you have him try to bunt for a base hit? No, a bouncer to third. The third baseman's only play to first, and Walston goes to second as Richard Giannotti, first pitch swinging, bounced out to third. Good thinking by David Winfrey. He had to come in to glove that one in front of the bag. His only play was to get the runner, and he did. Chris Walston went to second. Now a base hit by Sean Rodriguez would likely tie this game. The 2 theories as to why Beloit renamed their team Snappers. One is, the more popularly held one, is that there is a creek, a prominent creek here in Beloit called Turtle Creek. And Turtle Creek is such a landmark of distinction that perhaps the Beloit franchise named their team after it. The other theory, those held by the folks at Beloit College, there are Indian burial mounds, effigy mounds on the campus of Beloit College, and you know what effigy mounds look like. They look like turtle shells. They protrude upwards, kind of like ski moguls that you'll see on a Black Diamond slope out in Colorado. Some think that's how the name Snappers came about, was that those effigy mounds on the campus of Beloit College that look like turtle shells rising out of the grass. Either way, it's a popular selling brand. Snappers are. They advertise in all the trade publications. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sean Rodriguez. A breaking pitch low and into the Colonel leadoff batter, ball 2. They have sold a lot of merchandise because their mascot is so unusual, their logo. It is a turtle. And everybody finds turtles unique when it comes to a baseball team name. Ball 3 glides outside. I'm not sure Kevin Culpepper is going to give Sean Rodriguez much to hit, because a left-handed batter, Nate Sutton, lurks on deck. Perhaps the Snappers, with a base open at first, prefer to face left-handed hitting Nate Sutton. The next pitch will tell the story. It drifted outside, ball 4. That's what the Snappers would rather do. They'd rather have Culpepper, the southpaw, face left-handed hitting Nate Sutton than pitch to Sean Rodriguez. One of the other very popular minor league names, a big merchandise seller, the Everett Aqua Sox.
Now batting second baseman number 4, Nate Sutton.
And essentially the Everett Aqua Sox is a frog. If you want to look them up on the web or get a picture of their logo. A breaking pitch is in for a strike to Nate Sutton. Nate could tie this game with a base hit or put the Kernels ahead with an extra base hit. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 7th, 4-3 Snappers. Kevin Culpepper is set at the belt. His pitch is a curveball low to Nate Sutton. Nate is singled, grounded out to first, drove in a run with that ground out in the 3rd inning, and he's grounded to second. Sutton has no homers, 4 RBIs on the year. He's batting .232. And he takes low and away, ball 2 from Kevin Culpepper. Chris Walston, the tying run at second. Sean Rodriguez aboard at first is the go-ahead run. A lot of hitting room in the right field corner if Sutton could somehow manage to pull a pitch from this lefty. He takes low and away, ball 3. Well, now Nate Sutton may get something good to swing at. Bobby Magallanes flashed Nate some signs from third base. That's where Bobby's coaching, and he may have given Nate Sutton the go-ahead to swing on this 3-1 pitch. Strike two, a perfectly placed pitch on the inside corner. Now the runners will be off, and that will help the Colonel cause. Chris Walston will be off on this 3-2 pitch, and so will Sean Rodriguez with 2 out here in the 7th inning. Something good may happen in a moment. A high pop foul off to the left by Nate. Something good did happen. He fought off a pretty good 3-2 pitch. Beloit is one of the smallest markets in the Midwest League. The population here is just over 30,000. But they are a cornerstone of this league. There go the runners. Sutton loops one into left, and it's easy for Dwayne White. He has it near the line. Good at bat for Nate Sutton. He battled the lefty, got good wood on it, and poked it into left where White was positioned near the line to make the catch. The Colonels threaten but can't tie the game in the 7th. No runs. 1 hit, 2 walks. There were no snapper errors. The Colonels leave a pair and have left 5 tonight. This crowd is on their feet at Pullman Field for the singing of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. 7th inning stretch. Beloit leads it 4-3. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball here in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kill Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's your patio? Charbroiled sausage flipping man with the buzz. Who's your patio? Your patio. You make them slam cause it's #1 for taste and fun.
Econo Foods is the place to save on Clement's fine products this week. Shop Econo Foods for hot pricing on Clement's.
With their record in one-run games standing at 5-9 on the year, the Colonels find themselves embroiled in a one-run contest here in Beloit. Bottom of the 7th inning, Nick Green delivers low and away, ball 1 to Corey Feiner, the number 8 hitter. The Colonels won last night 3-2 and are only down 4-3 in this game. A humpback liner stroked off the trademark of Corey Feiner's bat, caught it short by Sean Rodriguez. Sean Rodriguez had no trouble in gloving that looper and one away here in the bottom of the 7th. Nick Green on for the 5th time out of the Colonel bullpen in relief of Jesse Smith. No record, 2 saves, a 1.59 ERA for the 20-year-old from Georgia. Nick is wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his gray Colonel Road top, and his curveball is low and in to Dwayne White, who's 2 for 2. Dwayne ended last night's game as a pinch hitter and grounded into a force out. He takes a strike. White stands well off the plate, uses a black lacquer bat, and swings through a fastball. Didn't get it. Strike 2. Dwayne White, in my opinion, still has the key blow of this game, a 2-run single way back in the 2nd inning that put Beloit ahead 3-0. A high drive into deep center. Now not so deep. Richard Giannotti glides over to his right and makes the catch. Dwayne White retired for the first time tonight for the 2nd out in the 7th inning. Our Colonel Did You Know question will come in the top of the 8th inning, and just to tickle your fancy a little bit, it will involve a very gratifying announcement.
Number 5, Angelo Verveen.
It will center around a very gratifying announcement about a 2002 Colonel who last night was promoted to the Los Angeles Angels. Frankie Rodriguez, the Angel closer suffering from a strained right forearm, was put on the disabled list, and a former Colonel was called up, and we'll give you the good news when the Colonels bat in the 8th inning and couple it with our Colonel Did You Know question. 1-1 the count to Angelo Fermin. He's 0 for 2. Grounds one up the middle. What a stop by Nick Green. A good fielding pitcher helps himself, and that's what Nick Green just did. Nick reached down right near the rubber and gloved a worm burner and threw out the batter on a comebacker. An easy inning for the tall Colonel right-hander Nick Green as he tries to keep the Colonels right on the heels of Beloit. That's where the Colonels are after 7, trailing the Snappers 4-3. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Barry Bonds told a federal grand jury he used a clear substance and a cream. 2 prosecutors also presented Bonds with documents that allegedly detailed his use of a long list of other drugs. He denies those. Bonds said, as far as he knew, his trainer had given him flaxseed oil. All right. If you still believe Bonds, then you must think he is the dumbest professional athlete in pro sports. Because Barry Bonds, as he begins to rocket 600-foot home runs, as he approaches 40, as he becomes the toughest out in the history of Major League Baseball, it's all because of, quote, flaxseed oil. We looked it up. The dictionary defines as an ancient herb that heals. The only herb I know that heals is that guy Herb Schwartz who works the spot Caesars.
Don't be left out of the herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
Saturday morning. It's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on The Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up, cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee Kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee Kitchen at 3235 Oakland Road Northeast. Only here on The Zone.
After 7, Beloit 4 runs, 8 hits, and error. The Colonels 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Kevin Culpepper, 3 innings pitched, surrendered 1 run on 1 hit. 1 run on 1 hit. Culpepper, the only hit he gave up was a 2-out homer to Madrigal, and a new pitcher, J.P. Martinez, takes over, a right-hander for Beloit out of the University of New Orleans. He's 22 years old, a twin 9th-round draft pick last year out of University of New Orleans. Ball 1 outside to Freddy Sandoval. Freddy, nothing for 3 so far tonight. Colonels trail by a run. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Freddy smacks one hard, a diving stop at second by Fermin, and he throws out Freddy. Angelo Fermin took a base hit away from Freddy Sandoval. Freddy hit a scalding 2-hopper headed into right field, but Angelo Fermin dove to his left, made an outstanding play, and had plenty of time to pop to his feet to get Freddy Sandoval. Kevin Culpepper, the lefty, 3 innings pitched, 1 run, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and he walked a couple. He could be the winner. I have a feeling, though, the Colonels are going to rally in this one. A slider is a strike called from J.P. Martinez. But if the Colonels fail to rally, it will be Kevin Culpepper, the pitcher of record in this game. The 0-1 to Drew Toussaint. A high drive, way back in left center, could tie the game. It's at the wall, and it is off the wall for extra bases. Toussaint is rounding second. He's trying for third, and he is safe on a head-first slide. Drew Toussaint is safe on a head-first slide. Drew Toussaint has belted a triple high off the left center field wall, and he's a tying run at third with only 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Oh, did Drew Toussaint ever lace one? I mean, he really clubbed it way back into left center field, and Drew Toussaint was determined to get to third base. The ball ricocheted way back towards the infield, and as a result, the Beloit outfielders had to really race to it to Try to make it close at third. It was close at third. Warner Madrigal fouls the first pitch back into the screen, strike one. J.P. Martinez pitched 2 2/3 innings against the Kernels earlier this month in our home ballpark. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 4, and walked 1. So J.P. Martinez, with the infield in, is ahead of Warner Madrigal, 0-1. Warner belted his team-high 7th home run his last time up. A curveball for Martinez is inside, ball 1. Infield in for the play at the plate. The Kernels have the tying run at third with only 1 out here in the 8th inning. Of course, Madrigal is the key to this entire inning now. Warner would love to deliver in the clutch. Ooh, he's robbed of a swing, a check swing, and the ball down to first base coach Justin Bachman. Warner Madrigal was just cheated out of a swing as he checked up on a pitch that ran in on his hands. A good delivery from J.P. Martinez. Martinez 1-0 this year. He's working out of the bullpen for the 16th time with 3 saves. Now Madrigal has crouched down lower and is going to shorten his swing up. Ball 2 taken low and away. A great stop by Corey Feiner to prevent Toussaint from trying to score. Drew Toussaint has tripled into the left center field alley. The play at third was close. Drew had to slide in head first to beat the peg from center fielder Terrence Patterson. Madrigal tried to hold up. He did, according to the base umpire, Nick Monaco, and that runs the count full to Warner Madrigal. Warner does not wear batting gloves. He reaches down into the dirt to sprinkle a little bit of that dirt onto his hands. Infield in for the Snappers. Tying run at third for the Kernels here in the top of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss by Warner. Ooh, Warner Madrigal took too big a swing for a 3-2 pitch. Man, I thought he was going to try to cut down on his swing, and instead he tried to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Number 25, Jordan Wren.
And that may be the turning point of this entire game. A runner at third with 1 out and Warner Madrigal unable to put the ball in play. Well, it's all about picking each other up. Let's see if Jordan Wren can pick up his teammate, Warner Madrigal. Ooh, a slider just missed from J.P. Martinez. J.P. stands for Jonathan Paul. A 3-2 pitch, and Madrigal, who crouched down lower and looked like he was going to cut his stroke down, he swung and missed at a pitch down and in. Tyne runs still at third, though. A chopper foul outside third. Of course, now with 2 out, the infield back for the Snappers. What a big strikeout for J.P. Martinez of Warner Madrigal. Jordan Wren will try to pick up his teammate and drive in the tying run here in the top of the 8th inning. Strike 2 call, the breaking pitch on the inside corner. Drew Toussaint's drive into left center didn't miss by much being a game-tying home run. I think it was about 2/3 of the way up the 8-foot-high plywood wall. Swing and a miss by Jordan Wren. Our hats are off to J.P. Martinez. Martinez thwarts the Colonel bid to tie this game. How can you have a guy at third base with 1 out and have your next 2 guys strike out? I'll tell you how. Good pitching by J.P. Martinez. No runs for the Colonels in the 8th inning. 1 hit, a 1-out triple. That man Toussaint was left stranded. There were no Beloit errors. The Colonels leave 1 and have stranded 6. The turning point of this game may have just happened. Warner Madrigal on a 3-2 pitch fanned with Toussaint at third and 1 out. But don't throw in the towel yet. The Colonels are riding a 5-game winning streak, and if Nick Green can hold down the Snappers in the 8th, we'll take another crack at him in the 9th. After 7.5, Beloit 4, the Colonels 3. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
For the 7th consecutive year, Toyota Financial Services is encouraging elementary students throughout our community to read this summer. Toyota Financial Services believes that inspiring children to read brings families together, fosters imagination, and enhances knowledge. The Gazette shares Toyota Financial Services' belief in the value of reading. That's why they've teamed up to recognize and reward this summer's readers for their fabulous accomplishments. Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, proud to stand with our community's children to enrich their lives.
Coldwell Banker agents are always working to give you every advantage. And this Saturday and Sunday, we're having a major real estate event for that very reason. You're invited to the Coldwell Banker National Open House Weekend this weekend. One weekend, thousands of open houses all across the country. Homes in a variety of styles and price ranges, including new construction, all over your neighborhood. If you're searching for a new home or are just curious about the local real estate market, you won't want to miss this opportunity. The more homes you see, the more likely you are to find the home that's absolutely perfect for you. One weekend, thousands of open houses all across the country. Brought to you by Coldwell Banker. It's the Coldwell Banker National Open House Weekend this Saturday and Sunday. To find the homes you want to see this weekend, visit ColdwellBanker.com. All offices independently owned and operated, except offices owned and operated by NRT Incorporated.
Outside edge to Trevor Plouffe. Hey, we didn't have time to give you our Colonel Did You Know question. That's because the Colonels almost rallied to tie the game in the top of the 8th inning. 4-3 Beloit. We're in the lower half of the 8th. Trevor Plouffe facing Nick Green for the first time, and ball 2 just misses low. Our Colonel Did You Know question, first of all, great news. Did you know that Colonel closer Joel Peralta was promoted to the Los Angeles Angels last night? A high pop foul near the first base Colonel dugout and chased by 2 Colonels, Duenas and Walston, but it's just beyond their reach. Strike 2 to Trevor Plouffe. Joel Peralta had a couple of tours of duty with the Colonels and was a dynamite closer. He has now made his dream come true. He's a big leaguer with our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Congratulations, Joel. A curve in the dirt. Now here's our Did You Know question. Our Colonel Did You Know question. Did you know that 5 members of the 2002 Colonel team have played for the Angels? A borderline pitch ruled ball 4 low, and that's a bad start to the 8th inning. Trevor Plouffe has walked, leading off the 8th. Listen to this. Last night, 2002 Colonel starter Johan Santana, now known as Irvin Santana, blanked the team with the best record in baseball. 2002 Colonel Johan Irvin Santana blanked the White Sox in Anaheim last night 4-0. Joel Peralta is now a Los Angeles Angel. He was a pitcher for us in 2002. Dallas McPherson, our everyday third baseman in 2002, is the Los Angeles Angel everyday third baseman. Jake Woods, 2002 Colonel starter, lefty, now serving in a middle relief role for the Los Angeles Angels. And, of course, last year, Casey Kochman, a 2002 Colonel, played for about 6 to 8 weeks as a Los Angeles Angel. So, 5 members of the 2002 Cedar Rapids Colonels have played as Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. That's our Colonel Did You Know question. That's pretty darn impressive, isn't it? Ball 1 low to David Winfrey. Now Nick Green steps off. And with Joel Peralta's promotion to the big club last night, there are 8 former Colonels playing in Los Angeles or playing in Anaheim. Swinging a foul by David Winfrey. Nearly 1/3 of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim roster is comprised of former Cedar Rapids Colonels. And that is something that our general manager, Jack Rader, as well as the entire Los Angeles system can be proud of. We'll list the 8 for you here as we go along in the bottom of the 8th. 4-3 Beloit. The Colonels looked a golden chance in the eye and let it slip away to tie this game in the top half of this inning. Drew Toussaint belted a triple into the left center field alley with 1 out, but he was left stranded. The next 2 Colonels struck out. Nick Green brings in a strike 2 called to David Winfrey. Here are the 8 former Colonels who comprise nearly 1/3 of the Los Angeles Angel roster. Irvin Santana, known as Johan in 2002, spun a complete game shutout last night at the White Sox. Joel Peralta, who got his call-up last night. Dallas McPherson and Jake Woods, all four of those fellas were 2002 Kernels, along with Casey Kochman, who's at AAA Salt Lake. The 1-2 from Nick Green to the number 3 hitter instead of throw to first, the runner back. The other four former Kernels, lefty Jared Washburn, all-star catcher Benji Molina, ace relief pitcher Scott Shields, and starter John Lackey. They all pitched, or they all played as Kernels. Uh-oh, a deep drive to left, way back, way back, way back, off the wall. Racing around third is Trevor Plouffe. He'll score. The relay throw home. He won't score. He is out at the plate. A throw to third, and the batter is safe. A runner at third with one out. David Winfrey clubs a double high off the left field wall. Trevor Plouffe was cut down trying to score. And we'll have to hear from the official score how the relay throw went. Plouffe is out at the plate. David Winfrey doubles off the left center field wall. He's at third with only one out.
Now batting first baseman, number 31, Mark Zemwich.
And let's see if the Snappers can do something the Kernels failed to do in the last half inning. They have a runner at third with only one out. A pop-up behind home plate. Tommy Duenas is racing back, and it's beyond Tommy's reach. We think the play went 8-6-2 Giannotti to Rodriguez to Duenas. 8-6-2 is how the Kernels prevented the Snappers from scoring. Now can Nick Green prevent Zamwish from getting the runner in from third? A high pop foul out of play to the left. Strike two to Mark Zamwish. Well, one nice thing we can say about the Minnesota Twins, we can say many gracious things about them. They have, I bet, at least a third of their roster. An 0-2 pitch is rolled foul past third. I would bet at least a third of the Minnesota Twin roster is comprised of former Quad City River Bandits, swing of the Quad City. No Beloit Snappers, of course, have yet made it to Minnesota because this is their first year as a Twin affiliate. A changeup from Nick Green taken in the dirt for ball one. But the Twins have just as strong a farm system as the Angels do. And I'll name some guys who I remember coming through this league. First, the 1-2 pitch. A high pop foul down the left field line. Freddy Sandoval is racing over for it. He has it. And I'm surprised the runner does not try to tag. The only reason I'm surprised is that Freddy Sandoval's back was to the infield. But Kevin Bowles made the right decision. He held David Winfrey at third. Mark Zamwish has failed to get the runner home from third as he fouls out to Freddy Sandoval. Two gone in the bottom of the eighth, and if Nick Green can get Chris Brown, the Kernels will remain just a run behind. Ball one in the dirt to Chris Brown. 4-3 Beloit. This has been another white-knuckle affair. Nick Green is working from the stretch. His changeup is swung on and missed by Chris Brown. Brown started the big inning of this game, a 3-run second with an opposite field double off of starter Jesse Smith. Runner at third, 2 away for the right-handed batter. Fastball from Nick Green, a strike at the knees. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's 1-2 to Chris Brown. Green is set below the chin. A ground ball to third. Sandoval charges it, bobbles it, boots it. A run scores. Oh, the Snappers get that big insurance run on an error committed by the Kernel third baseman. The first Kernel error of the game, and does it ever cost us dearly? It's a 2-run lead for Beloit. The only run scored so far against Nick Green will be an unearned run. In Freddy's defense, it was a very slow hit ground ball. And he rushed. He rushed himself. He gloved it, and then the doggone thing crawled up his arm, and he literally kicked it for an error. Uh-oh, a ground ball past first. This could make it a 3-run lead for the Snappers. Deacon Burns rips it into the right field corner, and a wild throw by who else? Warner Madrigal. A run scores to make it a 3-run lead. Oh, Warner Madrigal, you can't let your at-bats affect your fielding, and that's what happened. Warner loves to showcase that strong arm of his, and he just showcased it into a throwing error that cost the Kernels another run. This one may be out of reach now. 6-3 Beloit. I'll be darned. A ground ball past first, a double for Deacon Burns. And the runner, Chris Brown, was going to stop at third, but then when Warner Madrigal inexplicably heaved it past everybody down the left field line, Brown scored. Uh-oh, here's a base hit into left center, and it's a 4-run lead for the Snappers. Beloit breaks this thing wide open. They now lead it 7-3. Well, you make a mistake, and you usually pay for it big time. And the Kernels have paid for it big time. Terrence Patterson singles into left center, and Nick Green is running on fumes. Poor Nick Green is tuckered out. The roof is caved in on the ball club here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 7-3 Beloit. Isn't it funny how one play usually turns an entire game around? Tonight, the Kernels had a runner at third with one out in the top of the 8th, could not score him. An error here in the bottom of the 8th has opened up the floodgates. Beloit now leads it 7-3. Again, 2 errors committed by the Kernels in this inning. Both of them came with 2 out. One on the third baseman, one on the right fielder. And the key to this 5-game winning streak has been we have played beautiful on defense. Swing and a miss by the 7th man to bat here in the 3-run 8th inning, Corey Feiner. Well, Beloit deserves to lead. They've out-hit us 11-8. So take nothing away from the Snappers, even though the Kernels have handed them a few runs here in the 8th inning. They've earned them by putting the ball in play. When you put the ball in play, you're going to cause the other team to have to catch it and throw it, and the Kernels have failed to catch it and throw it in this inning. A high drive into right. Warner Madrigal drifts back a few steps. Warner waits and has it to end the inning. Well, the Kernel task is much tougher now. We came into the bottom of the 8th trailing by 1, and now we trail by 4. For Beloit in the 8th inning, 3 runs on 3 hits, 2 costly Kernel errors, and the Snappers leave a runner aboard. Can the Kernels rally from 4 down in the top of the 9th? Let's hope so to keep the winning streak alive. After 8, Snappers 7, Kernels 3. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Your home is a powerful asset. Managed wisely, it can help you with home improvements, tuition, and other expenses. Wells Fargo Home Equity Financing is the key. With flexible terms, competitive rates, and affordable payments. Our bankers have the knowledge and resources to help you find the best financing for your needs. Talk with a Wells Fargo banker today and see how home equity financing can help you reach your next stage. Wells Fargo, the next stage for housing lender.
When we met, it's forget, we would never forget the Ojanos. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. The Ojanos is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember the Ojanos with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Race fans want the inside scoop on what's going on in the world of IMCA racing? Listen each Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for In the Pit from the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. John and Jr. take you around the Midwest and the country with the latest news, results, and interviews with the nation's top drivers.
Hi, I'm Doug Thompson of the IMCA Motorsports Radio Network. I hope you get a chance to catch John and Jr. and In the Pit every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. from KCRG 1600 AM, The Zone from Cedar Rapids.
Well, anytime you've won 5 in a row like the Kernels have, you're not going to hoist the white flag until every out has been procured by the opposition. Thus, Tommy Duenas will try to get the Kernels back on the road to recovery after that devastating 3-run 8th inning by Beloit. Tommy has 2 of the Kernel 8 hits tonight, and he's reached all 3 times. He takes a strike, now swings and misses, strike 2. Kevin Culpepper is the pitcher of record for the Snappers, and he's trying to boost his record out of their bullpen to a an impressive 4-1. Jesse Smith is on the hook for the Kernels. If the Kernels can't rally, he'd go to 2-4. But Tommy Duenas is leading off the ninth, and the Kernels trail by 4, 7-3. Errors in the eighth inning by the Kernels cost them 3 runs. A grounder to short. Trevor Plouffe has it and throws in time. Tommy Duenas is retired for the first time tonight as he wraps out to short. We go back to that Colonel eighth inning. The entire game was on the line when Drew Toussaint tripled with 1 out, and J.P. Martinez then turned it up a notch and struck out the next 2 Colonel hitters, preventing the Kernels from tying the game. Then the 2 errors cost the Kernels dearly in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chris Walston at the plate. Ball 1 high from J.P. Martinez. Kernels just didn't quite play well enough yet tonight to win. The starting pitching was not as strong as we had hoped for. Jesse Smith struggled in his 5 innings. Kept the Kernels close, though. He gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. Nick Green has worked 3 innings, and Nick has allowed 3 runs. I believe, though, perhaps none of them earned. We'll have to check on that. All of them were unearned against Nick Green. Ball 2 to Chris Walston. Hey, you never know. I heard Ed Farmer last night trying to coax the White Sox to a victory over former Colonel Johan Irvin Santana. He said if you're down 4, you need a couple of walks, a clunker, and a long one. Couple of walks, a clunker, and a long ball. That's what would tie this game. 7-3 Beloit. Top of the 9th inning. In 3 innings, Nick Green did surrender 4 hits. Chris Walston grounds 1 to short. Trevor Plouffe has this one. Deja vu. We've been there before. Following Tommy Duenas' lead, Chris Walston grounds out to short. And 2 gone. 2 gone in the 9th. The Colonel 5-game winning streak is in great peril right now.
Now batting center fielder number 9, Richard Giannotti.
The final line on Nick Green, we're assuming he won't pitch the bottom of the 9th if there is one. 3 innings pitched, 3 runs, none earned, 4 hits, no strikeouts, 1 walk. Richard Giannotti swings and misses, strike 1. This is not a save situation for J.P. Martinez because the Snappers have a 4-run lead. If it was a 3-run lead, I believe it would be a save situation. Swing and a foul by Richard Giannotti, and the Kernels are down to their last bullet. A 5-game Colonel winning streak could be snapped by the Snappers tonight. The Kernels at least put themselves in a position to continue the winning streak with that triple by Toussaint in the 8th inning. But we couldn't get him home. Giannotti crowns 1 to the right side, backhanded at first by Mark Zamwish, and he feeds the pitcher covering for the final out of the game. The Kernels go in order in the top of the 9th inning, and Beloit evens this series at a game apiece and does break the Colonel 5-game winning streak. 7-3 Snappers, totals, highlights, and more coming next on the Colonel Curtain Call. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
I'll live for you, I'll feed your cats, I'll fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work you down, spin again back. I'll shave my soul patch before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm feeding the band, I'm winning your hand. I'm feeding you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, Rich taste, oh yeah. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'll shop for you, always be true. I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine.
worth. Fishermen know the feeling. A nibble on the line, set the hook, and boom, it's a battle royal with one big old fish.
Hello, this is John Campbell from KCRG TV9 Sports. Send me your pictures and home videos of those big fish you land, and I'll show them on Big Old Fish Mondays on TV9 News at 6. That address is Big Old Fish, KCRG TV9, Box 816, Cedar Rapids 52406. And remember, if it's not for dinner, catch and release. But get that picture first.
It's time for the Kernels Curtain Call, right here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Kernels game, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, the one, the only John Rogers, here on The Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
And with the temperature down to a delightfully cool 60 degrees, the Beloit Snappers cool off the Kernels. Even this series at a game apiece, Beloit has now whipped the Kernels 4 out of 6 times on the year, a 7-3 Snapper victory. Kernels played just below the level needed to continue the winning streak, made 2 critical mistakes in the game that wound up going into the win column for the Snappers. John Rogers here at Pullman Field, where the Kernels took the lead in the first inning tonight, had 3 base hits in the first inning off starter David Shinsky, but managed only 1 run. The run scored when Freddy Sandoval hit into a double play with runners at first and third and nobody out in the first inning. Kernels led 1-0 after 1/2 inning. Beloit then pocketed the win in the second inning when Jesse Smith allowed the first 5 men to reach, and Beloit scored 3 runs off the Kernel starter. The key blow in that inning was a 2-run single by Dwayne White to make it 3-1. White, the number 9 hitter, a 2-run single that made it 3-1 Beloit. The Snappers would never trail again. The Kernels fought hard, though, tonight. They made it 3-2 in the third inning. In that third inning, it was a 1-out walk drawn by Sean Rodriguez. He reached 3 out of 4 times tonight. Sean then stole second, his team-high 12th steal of the year. The throw by the Snapper catcher, Corey Feiner, skipped into left center, an error, and it allowed Sean to pop to his feet and go to third. He scored on a Nate Sutton groundout. It was 3-2 Snappers after 2.5 innings. Beloit made it 4-2 when Deacon Burns played long ball leading off the 4th inning. Jesse Smith's first pitch was cracked out of the ballpark by Deacon Burns, a left-handed batter, his 3rd home run of the year, and Beloit led it 4-3. The 4-2. The Kernels made it 4-3 with 2 out in the 5th inning. Warner Madrigal connected for his team-high 7th home run of the year to cut the Snapper lead to a run at 4-3. Then the turning point in the game in the 8th inning with J.P. Martinez on the hill. Martinez surrendered a 1-out triple to Drew Toussaint. Toussaint narrowly missed tying the game in the 8th inning, but he did club a 1-out triple. J.P. Martinez then fanned the next 2 Kernel hitters, and the momentum was squarely back with the Snappers. They broke it open with 3 unearned runs in the bottom of the 8th off Nick Green. The final line score, Beloit 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They stranded 5. The Kernels 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, and the Kernels left 6 men aboard. The winning pitcher out of the Beloit bullpen was Kevin Culpepper. He is now 4-1 on the year. The Kernel loser was starter Jesse Smith, and Jesse's record now stands at 2-4. No attendance was announced here at Pullman Field, and the game took 2 hours and 21 minutes to play. We're going to keep gathering scores from our in-studio engineer, Craig, for the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Up next, we're going to have the Access Direct play of the game for you. 7-3 Beloit, and we'll be back in just a moment. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Watch your team's out-of-market games live from anywhere. Log on to ESPN.com for MLB.tv. Live Major League Baseball right to your desktop. Subscribe and catch your favorite team live from any computer. Get the most baseball available anywhere, live online. Log on to ESPN.com. Sign up for MLB.tv and never miss a game again. MLB.tv now on ESPN.com. Sign up today.
Kelly's Auto Center in Iowa City is the home of the nationwide 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. Whether it's across town or across the country, you'll drive with confidence in a Kelly's car. Each of Kelly's vehicles receives a strict 110-point safety inspection to make sure you receive the quality used vehicle you've come to expect from us. A qualified mechanic checks each car, truck, and van bumper to bumper. For peace of mind on your next vehicle purchase, stop by and see Brett or Tim at Kelly's Auto Center at 510 South Riverside Drive in Iowa City.
From southern Wisconsin, the Beloit Snappers derail the Kernels and snap a 5-game Kernel winning streak. 7-3 Snappers tonight. It's time to enjoy here on the Kernel Curtain Call our Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is undergoing a hiring initiative right now, and that means they're looking for team players to apply. The benefits at Access Direct are splendid. In fact, they're outstanding. A 401k savings plan at Access Direct, medical, dental, and vision insurance, and casual dress to go along with a fun, friendly atmosphere. Access Direct is looking for team players, and you can take a look at what they have to offer by calling them at 261-0260, 261-0260, or visit them online at www.accdir.com. Our Access Direct play of the game. We're going to go back to the first inning. Let's go back to the first inning tonight. The Kernels led the game 1-0. Jesse Smith was on the hill in the bottom of the first trying to protect the 1-0 lead. There were runners at first and second with only one out, and Jesse fell behind the cleanup batter, Mark Zamwish. 2 balls, no strikes. That's where we'll pick up the action for our Access Direct play of the game.
He's ahead 2-0. A line drive. Leaping stab at second by Nate Sutton, and he flips to second to Sean Rodriguez to complete a double play. Mark Samwhite pulverized that 2-0 pitch from Jesse Smith and ripped it. It looked like it was heading into right center field, but Nate Sutton, leaping up high, made a terrific stab. And then when he came down, he threw to second. Sean Rodriguez was there to double off Angelo Fermin, and wow, what an inning to the Beloit first inning.
Yes, it was, and that's why we picked the Nate Sutton leaping stab turned into a double play as our Access Direct play of the game. Kernels bow to Beloit 7-3. Another timeout from Pullman Field, and when we return, we'll give you all the scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the zone.
With graduations and weddings upon us, you may be giving or receiving gifts and presents. Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling reminds you that they do not accept gift wrapping paper in your blue curbside recycling box. Instead, try to recycle by reusing old gift paper. Since wrapping paper should not be put in your blue curbside recycling box, you can throw it away in your garbage if you don't reuse it. Enjoy gift giving this season, but remember that gift wrapping paper is not recyclable.
I cannot stay anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy all around each generation. They got their own kind of sound. I'm the shout it out.
Just past 9 o'clock in southern Wisconsin, a fast game tonight. Beloit scored 3 in the bottom of the second against Kernel starter Jesse Smith and held on and really broke the game open with 3 unearned runs in the 8th inning and turned back the Kernels tonight 7-3. Great to have you with us here in the zone at Pullman Field, and we now proudly present the State Farm Major League Scoreboard, brought to you for the 10th consecutive season by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Gary Shubat, Lanny Peterson, and Dale Thompson. Only one final, and it comes from Sky Dome in Toronto, where the Blue Jays flew past the Red Sox 7-4. They're in the bottom of the ninth at Jacobs Field, where Cleveland holds a narrow 2-1 lead Well, that must be final. If it's in the bottom of the ninth, Cleveland has beaten Minnesota 2-1. In the bottom of the eighth, in the Bronx, the Tigers lead the Yankees 3-1. At Camden Yards, the Mariners hold a 2-1 lead over the Orioles. They're in the bottom of the seventh inning. Top of the ninth at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida, Athletics 3, Devil Rays 3. And a 2-2 contest down at the ballpark in Arlington between the Royals and Rangers, 2-2 in the top of the sixth inning. Later on this evening, where former Colonel closer Joel Peralta will be in uniform for our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the White Sox visit our parent club. No finals in the National League, but they're in the bottom of the eighth at Turner Field in Atlanta. Braves 4, Mets nothing. Top of the eighth inning at Wrigley. Houston leads the Cubs 2-0. Houston has that dreadful road record, but they're leading 2-0 over the Cubs in the eighth. I believe the Astros have won 2 of 22 road games this spring. They're well along, or they are in the middle innings in the next 3 games. I'm going to report. Down in Miami, in the top of the sixth, the Phillies on top of the Marlins, 2-0. Bottom of the sixth inning at Miller Park in Milwaukee, the Brewers 6, Colorado 1. No score at Busch Stadium, the Pirates and Redbirds in the bottom of the sixth inning. And in the bottom of the first, at Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, the Padres have struck for 3 and lead the Diamondbacks 3-0. Later tonight, one of the best rivalries in the National League, the Dodgers take on the Giants in San Francisco. That's our complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard, brought to us by State Farm Insurance agents Jerry Shubat, Dale Thompson, Lanny Peterson, and Al Shetler. It was a pleasure bringing you this one. The Colonel 5-game winning streak came to an end tonight in Beloit, where the Snappers won it 7-3. Special thanks to Craig. Craig, our in-studio engineer, never having given me scores through the phone lines before, and Craig did a marvelous job, not only operating the technical end of things, but helping me out as the broadcaster. Craig, thank you so much for your calm, composed excellence back at 2nd Avenue and 5th Streets. I really appreciate it. We appreciated you being a part of the fun here tonight. We'll be right back at it tomorrow for Game 3 of our 4-game series here in southern Wisconsin. It's the Kernels and Snappers, 6:10, South Slope Communications Triple Play show time. First pitch at 6:30. For our in-studio engineer, Craig, I'm John Rogers, 7-4 Beloit. So long from America's Dairyland. This has been Colonel Baseball in the Zone.